gentlemen,
as we rode down the red carpet of welcome to all the dignitaries, guests, parents, and our well-wishers, we extend a warm greeting to you all. We are exuberant and grateful for your presence. Wish you all a magnificent experience as the culture bonanza is about to take us all in its grab in a short while. As we begin the celebration, I humbly request all of you to kindly switch off your mobile phones as it may disturb others and distract our performers.
better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. She has changed our lives for the better with the right mix of chalk and challenges like the rising sun, welcoming us in the morning every day. She has tirelessly given efforts in order to make all her students the best version of themselves. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. And now, for kickstarting today's array of events, I invite Ma'am Rubina Austin, Senior Coordinator, Mangal Newton School, to deliver the welcome speech.
Good evening, August gathering. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the number of moments that take our breath away. The much awaited night has finally arrived, and I have great privilege of welcoming each one of you in tonight's annual day function. I, Rubina Austin, feel extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to welcome with great pleasure our honorable chief guest, Shri Rameshwar Lalji Dudi, our school mentor, Ma'am Shweta Mehta, Sir Yash Mangal, Director Newton Schools, Ma'am Nidhi Mangal, Director Newton Learning Center, and our very beloved Ma'am Rachel Little, Principal, Mangal Newton School and Newton Learning Center. I also extend a hearty welcome to all privileged parents, staff, students, and everyone associated with Newton family. Your presence is our honor. Tonight, M&S proudly celebrates its 16th annual function, and we promise you to showcase an array of amazing performances prepared by our lovely students. I don't think I will be able to find words to appreciate the talent and excellence of our young performers today. I had goosebumps while watching them practice. The level of perfection that we are going to witness on the stage today is the juice of daily grinding and hustle of the last few weeks. In exchange of your precious time you have spared us, we promise you an extravagant night filled with scintillating and miraculous performances, and for sure, it is going to blow your mind with the best way possible. So without any further ado, let us begin the flow with the magic of our enthralling performances. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening tonight.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Rubina Austin, for such a thought-provoking address. It is our tradition to light up a lamp before any auspicious occasion. To make this evening a blessed one, let us offer our prayers to Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and art forms, by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom for seeking the desired blessings. For the same, I humbly request our highly regarded and esteemed chief guest, Shri Rameshwar Lalji Dudi, school mentor, Ma'am Shweta Mehta, and all other dignitaries to kindly come up for the lamp lighting.
शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती सरस्वती भगवती
Thank you, all dignitaries. Prayer is surge of the heart. It is a simple look turned towards heaven. It is the cry of recognition and of love, embracing both trial and joy. Prayer is not asking. Prayer is putting oneself in the hands of God at His disposition and listening to His voice in the depth of our hearts. Great are His mercies and bounties.
Prayer brings abundance in your home, compassion to serve others, knowledge to dispel the darkness of ignorance. It's a conversation after all, unspoken but always understood. Let's bow in reverence and seek the Almighty's benediction through the school prayer where the mind is without fear, composed by Sri Rabindranath Tagore. I request you all to rise.
Where the mind is without fear, and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country away. My Father, let my country away. Where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches is come towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the very essence of that heaven, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country away. My Father, let my country away. Where the mind is led, forward guiding into ever widening thought and action. Where the mind is led, forward guiding into ever widening thought and actions, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country away. My Father, let my country away. My Father, let my country away.
The smallest flower is a thought, a life answering to some features of the great whole, of whom they have a persistent intuition. Happiness held is a seed, happiness shared is a flower. As a gesture of sharing our happiness and to show our heartfelt gratitude, we welcome our guests with flowers. So I request Ma'am Rachel Little to felicitate school mentor Ma'am Shweta Mehta with a token of endearment. I request Ma'am Rachel Little to felicitate Sir Yash Mangal with a token of endearment. I request Ma'am Rachel Little to felicitate Ma'am Nidhi Mangal with a token of gratitude. I request Ma'am Rachel Little to felicitate Mr. Rajendraji Mangal with a token of gratitude. I request Ma'am Rekha Agarwal to felicitate Mrs. Snelata Mangal with a token of gratitude. I request Ma'am Rubina Austin to felicitate Ma'am Rachel Little with a token of gratitude. We are extremely delighted to have you here.
I request Sir Yash Mangal to please felicitate Mr. Rajendra Mangal with the token of endearment.
I now invite the illuminating head of our school, whose daunting spirit makes us aim high and achieve more. A school management professional with rich expertise in entire gamut of school administration, inclusive of curriculum planning, teachers training, and development of managerial aspects of school education. Well versed with modern pedagogy and educational practices, experienced in developing a student-centric environment geared towards maximizing learning experiences, with her strengths like the ability to solve problems quickly and efficiently. Excellent communication skills and management ability helped her to achieve a successful head position.
Working tirelessly for development of work programs for students and teachers, she has brought the school to the position where it is. Without any further ado, I invite Ma'am Rachel Little, Principal Mangal Newton School and Newton Learning Center, to present the school's annual report.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Extending a warm welcome to all of you on this spectacular evening of the annual day of the school. I feel sublime to welcome our school mentor, Ms. Shweta Mehta, Sir Yash Mangal, Director Newton Learning School and Mangal Newton School, Ms. Nidhi Mangal, Director Newton Learning Center. We are honored by your presence today evening. Before I share the momentous benchmarks achieved by Mangal Newton School, Biawar in last 15 years, I submit my humble gratitude to the parents, teachers, management, and students, without whom this ascension would not have been possible. As a nation, we are in competition with countries around the globe, preparing our children to be think tanks of 21st century and positioning them for jobs that do not yet exist. Encouraging this pursuit of excellence, providing a rich and diverse education along with supporting a safe, well-ordered, socially responsible environment for the future citizens is the vision of our management. Ma'am Shweta Mehta and Sir Yash Mangal, who stimulate and inspire the staff and students alike to fulfill the goals of social, cultural, and moral development. Moving on, the academic year 2021-22 has been full of glorious achievements for the school. I feel delighted to share a few with you. With high expectations and academic rigor, the academic prowess of Newtonites has proved again with 100% success in grade 10th and 12th CBSE board. My heartiest congratulations to Shivansh Gupta for securing merit certificate with 97.8% and also to the merit certificate holder Zaid Dag, Gati Jain, Adishri Gupta, Karunya Sharma, Sanskar Sharma for their commendable performance and for securing more than 95% in grade 10th. My compliments to Zaid Dag, who secured 100 on 100 marks in science in grade 10th. Kudos to the class 12th science topper Siddhi Jain and Saurabh Ajmera. Not only commerce topper, but also sharing city topper's position with 97.4%. I would also like to congratulate Harshita Pathak, Ashi Kakaria for securing more than 95% in 12th boards. My special appreciation for 100 on 100 marks achievers, Harshita Pathak in economics, Nikhil Kumawat and Saurabh Ajmera in accountancy. The purpose of education is to facilitate the process of growth in an individual not only through academics but also through co-curricular activities that shape up one's personality. A well-fabricated round-the-year plan of activities in the school certainly enables our students to display their talents and earn laurels at all levels. Because it's not just about ideas, it's about making ideas happen. Perhaps that is the only reason our students are able to brainstorm, plan, arrange, and execute their progressive ideas to make things happen. They learn to be responsible and accountable, conducting and organizing events through which they learn the necessary skills of management. Our students participated in the various Olympiad exams organized by Science Olympiad Foundation for various subjects in the session 2021-22, and 11 of our students bagged gold medals. Ridyan Bansal got gold medal of excellence and Veronica Zareda achieved gold medal of distinction in International GK Olympiad. Vrinda Bansal won gold medal of excellence and Zaid Dak bagged gold medal of distinction in International English Olympiad. In National Science Olympiad, Tanya Sharma won gold medal of distinction and Veronica Zareda got gold medal of excellence. In International Mathematics Olympiad, Sanvi Jain clinched zonal gold medal of excellence. Vanya Singhal bagged zonal gold medal with gift certificate worth rupees 1,000. Bhavya Khandelwal and Gaurang Sharma won gold medal of excellence. Nirvi Mundra grabbed gold medal of distinction with gift certificate worth rupees 500. In the painting competition organized by Indus Bank on the occasion of Independence Day to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, many of our students showcased their talent. In the same, first position was bagged by Daisy Sharma, second position was won by Saloni Agrawal, and Labdi Jain secured third position. Aditi Jhawar exhibited her penning skills and bagged the first position in the inter-school essay writing competition. The school organized a variety of craft-based activities, namely Knots with Nature, top props, plastic bottle lamp, creative clocks, quilling art, to name a few. The school also encourages stage exposure to the student with various activities like monologue, actonama, debate, rhythm in motion, voice of MNS, and many more. Winning isn't everything, but it beats anything that comes in second. With this philosophy, our students worked wonders in the field of games and sports, showing their dedication, passion, and unwavering efforts. It is proved beyond doubt that perseverance pays in the long run. Presenting before you an insight into the sports achievement. Under the mentorship of our coach, Mr. Arjun Singh Rawat and Ms. Usha Chauhan, our students participated in various sports events at district level and secured many positions to bring laurels to the school. In badminton, our girls team bagged gold medals with Vritika Vashisht, Adya Nahar, Arohi Surana, and Nehal Sharma as team members. In individual event, Vritika Vashisht grabbed gold medal and Adya Nahar achieved second position. Vritika Vashisht and Adya Nahar qualified for girls under 14 state level and Spriha Nahar qualified for girls under 17 state level. In the boys under 14 category, Tanmay Sharma got selected for state badmintonship. Under 17 boys, softball team won third position and Akshat Pamnani, Jayesh Chaturvedi, Kishan Singh and Yashwardhan Singh qualified for state level. Under 17 boys, handball team secured third position and Rhythm Goyal qualified for the state level. Under 19, football team bagged third position. Anushri and Karunya Rathore qualified for state. In under 14 cricket, Abhinav Chaudhary, and in under 19 cricket, Himanshu Rathore got selected for state level. Medhavi Kachawa and Avni Vyas qualified for under 19 basketball team for state. Recently, our school hosted Newton Premier League, a 20-over tournament in which teams from Jammu and Kashmir, Ajmer and Biawar participated. Mangal Newton school team emerges victorious over DPS Jammu and Kashmir team in finals to claim the trophy. Last, my appreciations to Hirday Huda, who won gold medal at district and state level in under 17 powerlifting event and broke all the records of weightlifting by lifting 467 kgs total under 17 category. Capacity building and training programs enable schools to strengthen and develop the faculty by giving them an academic and professional edge. Adopting a multidimensional approach based on a broad array of experiences, these training programs are indeed encouraging for the teachers, consolidating their knowledge, participation, networking, competence, etc. Teachers of the school are given enough opportunities to attend such seminars. Some of the seminars attended are Life Skills and Capacity Building Program by Ms. Sarika Gaur, organized by CBSE, Critical Thinking and Active Learning by Ms. Mukta Sharma, Active Learning by Ms. Shweta, Teach Next Updation Training by Ms. Mona Lisa, New Education Policy by Ms. Preeti Singh from Shimla, New Education Policy and Pariksha Pe Charcha webinars conducted by CBSE, Navras Active Learning Training by Mr. Manish Haldar. Modern society is accompanied with perplexities and challenges. Newton Counseling Cell intends to empower the students to face these challenges effectively through professional guidance and counseling programs. It focuses on the realization of unique potential inherent and hidden in each student and to foster it. The cell functions respecting the students' privacy so that they are free to explore their concerns, feelings, and behaviors. On 18th March 2020, we all were stopped due to the sudden lockdown. But within a week, both Newton schools have led to a burst of activities with online education. As a result, classroom education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning. Newton schools were coined as one of the best online educators that the city had during pandemic. As everything glistened in the golden rays of the Newton glory, we are adding yet another precious jewel by opening our second fully air-conditioned preschool Newton Learning Center in association with Christian Cambridge Society in Biawar. Not only Mangal Newton School is becoming first air-cooled senior secondary school of Biawar city, but also a swimming pool is in process of construction for our Newtonites. Though this is not all, but as we have to witness the event of the evening, so without much ado, I would swiftly sum it up for you. This program is a humble effort to act as a harbinger of hope for all of us. As grandparents, parents, teachers, and students, to understand the importance of feelings like love, compassion, courage, admiration, and acceptance. In this dynamic world, we need to balance out our emotions which connect us with people around us, making understand the magnitude of pity, concern, responsibility, and all other necessary noble virtues. Both Newton schools are doing exceptionally well in academics and non-academic areas. At this juncture, I wish to put on record my sincere gratitude to the staff, parents, and students for your kind support. Since inception, we have been blessed with visionary management whose imagination, insight, and courage called forth the best in teachers and students alike. Our sincere thanks are due in no small measures to them. Their inspiring leadership motivated Team Newton to reach higher and higher levels of achievements in academics, sports, and co-scholastic areas as well. To conclude, I would like to reiterate my belief with this quote by Henry Ford: if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. So let's all join hands to take off on this journey to higher orbits of excellence. My biggest thanks to Lord Almighty, under whose umbrella we feel so safe and blessed. I hope you are enjoying the cultural program presented by our students, and your evening with us is a pleasurable one.
Thank you, ma'am. We feel immensely blissful and blessed to have acquired new heights and established an identity of our own while representing school in various events.
Have you ever thought if the world's real intention in Three Little Pigs was not to eat the pigs, but something else? Maybe just to get a ball of sugar to make syrup as a cure for his cold. Or all that Cinderella's mother wanted was to make a pro at life skills, as she was lazy and ignorant of her own strength. Strange, right? Our first performance aims at challenging these popular beliefs and exploring the alternate perspective of 4 popular tales. Presenting Villains on Tiles for you all.
Barrosirwes Baitum Murdi Tangirwes Tanchitum Murdi Ungirwes Uchitum Murdi Hattochire Mogo Balkabot Hangar Bodum Degurun Dulin Urkhirem Baras Balkabot Doctor Aslam Bolli
Hello, one and all. Today I am reporting live from the Fairyland Court of Justice. We have a very unique case that has been presented before the honorary bench of the three fairy godmothers. So, without any further ado, let me take you to the courtroom.
All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, this is the case between the state of Fairyland versus the wolf. The charges are foul play and attempt to kill to eat. I am representing the state against Mr. Wolf.
And Your Excellencies, I will be contesting this case in defense of Mr. Wolf. Let's start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Wolf has been accused of attacking three big brothers, destroying their property and attempting to kill to eat. It was the luck of the big brothers that they managed to escape on time to save quarters, and Mr. Wolf had no choice but to drop his gruesome intentions. To prove the same, I would like to call upon my first witness, who themselves were the victims, Fifer Pig, Fiddler Pig and Practical Pig, with your permission.
Permission granted.
Please tell us, Mr. Fifer, what exactly happened that day?
I had just finished my lunch. As soon as I had finished, I heard a knock on my door. I asked, "Who is there?" A shrieking voice replied, "I am the wolf, your new neighbor. Can you help me with a bowl of sugar?"
So, Mr. Wolf wanted sugar. Did you buy this excuse?
No, not at all. I was scared to death. I gathered courage and asked the wolf why a wolf needed sugar. He said that in his shifting spree, he got dust allergies, that's why.
Then,
but before either of us could say anything, came a loud, thundering sneeze. It was so strong in moments, my hat was gone. I was right in front of one of the fiercest creatures I had ever seen, with eyes red as blood and razor-sharp teeth, dripping, waiting to rip me apart and gnaw my bones.
what did you do then?
I ran with all the strength and speed I had to my fiddler pig. His door was open as he heard me yelling for help. I entered and shut the door behind me.
Then,
after a few seconds, the wolf was right outside my brother's door. By then I had already told my brother that what had happened. We both huddled in a corner out of fear. As my brother mentioned, he claimed that all he wanted was a bowl of sugar. But before he could finish his statement, there came another bursting sound of the loudest sneeze I have ever heard. Gone was my hut, leaving me and my brother as tasty meal served on the plate for the wolf.
then,
They came running to my place. As I saw all this happening, I was ready with my door open. As soon as they entered, I shut and bolted my door. The wolf seemed desperate than ever to relish us. But this time his knees did not work. The house did not move and inch standing strong between him and us.
so, did Mr. Wolf give up?
No, he tried to climb up the roof and entered from the chimney that led to the fireplace. But my brother, Practical, was practical enough to put a cauldron beneath the chimney with boiling water that he used to make his soup.
Oh, I see. Then what happened?
The wolf slipped through the chimney and fell into the cauldron of boiling water. He started to run around because of painful burns on his body.
Did he not try and attack you?
I guess the bleed stress was strong enough to shift his focus from us to his pain. He opened the door and ran in the woods.
Your Excellencies, as we all heard it from them, the case is crystal clear. Mr. Wolf had clear intention of hunting and eating the three big brothers, but because of their intelligence and luck, they were saved.
Thank you, Mr. Prosecution Lawyer. Mr. Defense Lawyer, do you have any questions for the brother pigs? Yes, Your Excellencies, with your permission. Permission granted. So, big brothers, I'm really sorry to hear about the ordeal that you had to go through. But don't you think it's largely because of your own foolishness and preconceived notions?
Objection, Your Excellencies! My friend here is trying to unnecessarily complicate the case by confusing the victims and misleading the court.
Your Excellencies, my friend has already given the verdict on who is guilty and who is the victim. He has to understand that not everything is in black and white. I'm trying to prove the same. Objection overruled. So, big brothers, do you ever catch a cold? Yes, FIFA always have this seasonal cold and I have dust allergies. The worst used to be Practicals, but he has been practical enough to take care of that. Worst meaning? His eyes used to turn blood red. He would sneeze non-stop with saliva spitting all over. So, you mean he couldn't even finish his sentences? Yes, couldn't even finish his sentences. Just like the wolf? Yes, just like the wolf. Point to be noted, Your Excellencies. Mr. Pfeffer, can you tell me what was your house made up of? Straws. And yours, Mr. Fiddler? Light wooden planks. Your Excellencies, as you heard that their houses were made of material not appropriate to build a house, but Mr. Practical's house was made of bricks and concrete. Big brothers, now you can take your seat. Now I would like to call my first witness, Mr. Papa Pig. Permission granted. Papa Pig, please tell us what happened when you went to your son's new houses. Were you happy?
Well, I was rather disappointed with the choice of material of FIFA and Fiddler. Practical was always practical, and this house was a delight and assured safety.
Did you tell them that?
Yes, I told them that their houses will be blown in a sneeze. Forget about extreme weather.
Thank you, Papa Pig. You may go now. Your Excellency, it is evident that Mr. Wolf's intentions were clear. All he wanted was a bowl of sugar to get relief from his nasty colds.
I agree with my friend. His intentions were clear. To eat the three big brothers for dinner, my next witness will prove the same. With your permission, may I please call upon Miss Whisker the cat?
Permission granted.
Miss Whisker, tell us about your experience.
Your Excellencies, I had a friend, Mr. Longtail the mouse. We were best of the friends. One day when we were playing Chase the Mouse, Mr. Wolf appeared from nowhere and swallowed my friend whole. Here is the evidence of the same. I object, Your Excellencies. My client, Mr. Wolf, is a vegan.
A vegan wolf? Are you kidding us? A vegan wolf who swallowed the mouse.
I will prove that, Your Excellencies. I need some time. The court is adjourned until the next hearing. The Fairyland today witnessed a rather extraordinary case of Mr. Wolf with a V. His lawyer claimed that
all the allegations against him are wrong as he is a vegan wolf? I mean, seriously? So today in our studio we have two experts on fairy tales with us, Mr. Expert 1 and Expert 2. Let's hear what they have to say.
Well, it's quite unusual to have such a thing, but let me tell you, it's land of fairy tales and everything is possible there. Animals can talk and sing, trees can dance, fishes can walk on land, then why can't wolves be a vegan?
Absolutely. I completely agree with my friend. The land of fairy tales starts where reality and imagination soars. This land is beyond preconceived notions and beliefs. I strongly believe that there are always two sides to the same story. If one is popular and the other is less. The first one does not malign the truth of the other side.
Very well said. It's only the difference of perspective which makes the one person right and the other wrong. But in reality, who gets to decide the right from wrong? This unique case has been very interesting turn so far. Stay tuned to see how it unfolds further.
All rise!
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellency, in the last hearing, the testimony given by Mr. Whisker was strong enough to prove that Mr. Wolf is a committed carnivore and a bloodthirsty animal who can go to any extent to satisfy his hunger. So I plead with the court to sentence him with a punishment so severe that it sets a precedent for those with cruel intentions.
Your Excellencies, it seems my friend here has already given the verdict even before the case has reached its conclusion.
Have you got your evidence and witness in place, Mr. Defense Lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call Dr. Baglow and Mrs. Hopper.
Permission granted. Mr. Barlow, please tell us what exactly happened on the day of the incident. Mr. Wolf came to be in extreme pain because of his burns from falling in boiling water. I was scared as he was a ferocious fool, but at the same time I felt pity of his scary creature. He said, I understand your dilemma, but let me assure you, I mean no harm. Saying this, he tied his mouth and hands with a rope and passed out of extreme pain. I couldn't stop myself any further, and with the help of my sister, Miss Hopper, we started treatment immediately.
Tell us about your experience treating him.
He was extremely polite throughout his treatment period. He insisted on keeping himself tied. He convinced that he is harmless, so we untied him. It came as a surprise to us that he is vegan. When we offered him chicken soup to recover, he said I could not drink. It has a living soul, fresh, who was robbed of its life. As long as he was hospitalized with us, he was on vegetable soup.
Brilliant! What a story! Are you trying to say Mr. Wolf is vegan? That he denied chicken soup? Maybe he was too weak to digest it, or simply wanted to gain your trust and sympathy.
For once, we would have agreed with your argument, Mr. Lawyer. But how can we deny what we saw over those 15 days when he was admitted in our hospital? There was a flood of visitors who came to see him and were upset to see his condition. We heard from them how Mr. Wolf helped them in extreme situations.
Well, I guess my friend got his answer. You may go now, Mr. Baglow. Your Excellencies, I would now like to call upon my next witness, Mr. Alpha, the Wolf Chief.
Permission granted.
Mr. Alpha, what do you think about Mr. Wolf?
He is the black sheep of the pack, the most useless one. He should be called a sheep but not a wolf. I mean, he has no quality of a wolf. He is nothing but a disgrace. A vegan wolf? What on earth is that? That's why my pack started calling him Wolf with V. Stories after stories. I'm sure he is making up all these stories to save one of his kind. There is no evidence of what he is saying. Rather, the photograph that Mr. Whisker submitted tells us what the reality is. Your Excellencies, I would like to tell you the reality of the photograph. If you have to say anything, please come to the witness box. First introduce yourself and then present your witness. Your Excellencies, I am Longtail the mouse whose tail can be seen dangling out of Mr. Wolf's mouth. It was not him but Mr. Whiskers who was trying to make me his dinner. If it wouldn't have been for Mr. Wolf, I would not have been surviving. He took me in his mouth and showed Mr. Whisker that he is eating me. Out of rage, Mr. Whisker took that photograph to defame him. After that, Mr. Wolf sent me to his friend Mr. Gallop's stable in the east. Since then, I was living safely far from the cunning intentions of Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Prosecution Lawyer, any questions or witness? No, Your Excellencies. Mr. Defense Lawyer? I rest my case here, Your Excellencies. It was the case with where dimensions very different. Before we sum up to the verdict, we would like to hear from Mr. Wolf. Your Excellency, I don't have much to say. Just that we are always seen as what mood we come out from. It is difficult for everyone to believe that we can be everything but what we are born as or what the larger fabric expects us to be. Trying to be different with different belief, aim or philosophy than you expected. Nature, it takes too much of effort to change the world view about you. But I don't mind that I followed my heart and did what felt right to me. I don't being called a wolf with a V. If it stops me from harming anyone, I have no complaints towards my 3 little pig friends. I once again apologize to each one for causing trouble and those to whom I disappointed for not being what they expected me to be. Thanks for giving me your patient ears. This was quite a unique case as it not only challenged our popular beliefs and prejudices, clouding our judgment of people and situations. It also gave a broader understanding of an individual from a narrow general collective view of his identity given at birth. Considering all the evidence and arguments, this court finds Mr. Wolf innocent and relieve him of all the charges against him. You are free to go, Mr. Wolf.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. 'Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. Will you see her when you fall asleep? But never to touch and never to keep. 'Cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Will you only need the light when it's burning low? Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.
Hello, one and all. Once again, I'm in front of Fairyland Court of Justice. We have yet another unique case that has been presented before the honorary bench of 3 fairy godmothers. So, without any further ado, let's go inside the court to find out the proceedings.
All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, this is the case between the state of Fairyland versus Lady Tremaine, the charge for threatening her stepdaughter and depriving her of her basic needs and rights. I am representing the state against Lady Tremaine.
And, Your Excellencies, I will be contesting this case in defense of Lady Tremaine.
Let's start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, after her second marriage with Mr. Ricardo, Lady Tremaine came into the family along with her 2 daughters. Her ill will towards Cinderella increased with every passing day, including her physical abuse, depriving her of her basic needs and rights. To prove the same, I would like to call upon Mr. Fatso and Mr. Dumbo with your permission.
Permission granted.
Mr. Fatso and Mr. Dumbo, what all did you see changing in Cinderella's life after the arrival of Lady Tremaine?
After Cinderella's mother died, she became a lost soul. She was raised as a very pampered child. Uncle Ricardo was unwell most of the time. Thinking of Cinderella's well-being, he got married to Aunt Tremaine. Ella used to spend most of the time with me after her mother passed away. But after Aunt Tremaine came, she was very strict with her and expected her to stay at home and do all the chores.
So, how did this affect Cinderella?
Cinderella became quiet and was always rushing to do her chores. She used to get 30 minutes break every day. She used to visit me during her break, but it just wasn't enough. She mentioned that Aunt Tremaine would make her do odd things apart from the daily chores. For example, she used to make her walk on a straight line and used to tie a ruler on her back to keep her posture straight.
Point to be noted, Your Excellencies. The poor orphan girl was made to do odd things apart from the daily chores at home. Lady Tremaine made it evident through her deeds that a stepdaughter was worth nothing more than a slave, one who could be ordered to do anything.
Your witness, please. Dear Mr. Fatso, you look quite slim. Then why do you have such a name?
Objection, Your Excellencies. What kind of question is this?
Mr. Defense Lawyer, kindly stick to relevant questions, please.
Your Excellencies, I will prove this as a relevant question only if I am allowed to ask.
Please proceed.
Oh, well, everyone thinks I legs all day long and I'm clumsy as my name.
So after Cinderella or Ella lost her mother, she used to spend a lot of time with you. May I know doing what?
We used to laze around in the meadows, sleeping and eating. She became quite plump. Aunt Tremaine was very upset to see that.
Well, now tell me, is Cinderella's nickname Ella?
No. Ella is the real name. She liked to play with the fireplace and most of the time was covered in the soot from the cinders. That's why she was called Cinderella.
Now tell me, when Lady Tremaine forced Cinderella to do all the chores, did she do it alone?
No, the work was divided between Anastasia, Drizella, and Ella. But she was always last one to finish.
Okay, Mr. Dumbo, as Mr. Fetso mentioned about some odd works, can you please explain?
Yes, and Tremaine got a transport for the girls. She used to teach them knitting also. On the weekends, they were taken to the stable to learn riding and about horses. I mean, isn't it odd? Why on earth do girls need to learn horse riding?
Thanks for your insights, Mr. Fetso. Your Excellencies, my client Lady Tremaine is a lady of high moral value. She believed that all three sisters should get the best education. Each of them should be capable of every skill and art to stay ahead in life and face life challenges. As Mr. Fetso rightly mentioned that Ella had more to do. Yes, she had been slow and clumsy compared to the other two sisters who were prim and proper because of their training from the very beginning.
Oh, what an overwhelming story! But, Your Excellencies, my friend is forgetting that we are here to find the truth and not create stories. In the same context, I would like to call upon my next witness, the milkman, Mr. White.
Permission granted.
Mr. White, please tell us everything about the case.
Well, I have been supplying milk to Ella's family ever since Ella was born. I have witnessed the ups and downs of this family. The other day, when I went to deliver milk, Ella came to the door. She was lost in deep thought and suddenly slipped. Hearing the loud clanging and sound, her mother came out, firmly held her by the hand and dragged her inside. Anastasia came with another vessel and took some more milk. While I was pouring it in the fresh vessel, I could hear Ella sobbing pitifully.
So, Your Excellencies, as you heard the first-hand account from a witness, this was something that happened regularly in the Lady Tremaine's house. Ella getting beaten up for petty things.
Your witness, please.
Mr. White, so that day you saw Lady Tremaine mercilessly beating Ella and she was crying out of pain, right?
Yes.
So how exactly did Lady Tremaine beat her? Did she use bare hand or some kind of objects?
I didn't see her beating Cinderella. I just heard her crying.
So you are not sure whether she got a beating or not, but you heard her crying and assumed the worst. Well, you have any interaction with Lady Tremaine?
Yes, there have been many instances.
How is she to talk to?
She comes across as very polished, firm yet polite. She is lady of few words.
Polished, firm yet polite. Do you think she can go down to the level of physically beating Ella?
As far as I know, it's hard to believe.
Thank you, Mr. White. Your Excellencies, my client Lady Tremaine is a lady of noble character and values. Mr. White assumed that she beat up Ella but still remained doubtful.
Your Excellencies, my friend is trying to create a flowery image of Lady Tremaine. I would now like to call upon Mrs. Cunningley, the immediate neighbor of Ella and family. With your permission.
Permission granted.
Dear Mrs. Cunningley, please tell us about your experience as Lady Tremaine's neighbor.
Well, I can't tell you what a nightmare it is living in that neighborhood. The loud cries of the poor child and the non-stop yelling of Tremaine is a constant matter of concern. I saw her being rude and cruel to Ella, such a sweet child, so full of life. Her mother and I were best friends. It really rips my heart apart to see a child after my own heart suffer so much.
Your Excellencies, do we need to hear any more even after this testimony? It is such a heinous crime to treat a child so ruthlessly, cruelly. That to someone you call your daughter.
It seems my friend has already given the verdict. Your Excellencies, with your permission, may I cross-examine the witness?
Permission granted.
Miss Carnegie, last summer there was a huge chaos and the local authorities had to intervene. Can you tell us what happened?
Objection, Your Excellencies. I don't understand why my friend is deviating from the case.
My friend, Mr. Prosecution Lawyer, what's the hurry? You will just get to know what my point is here. Your Excellencies, last summer Miss Cunningly created a huge ruckus blaming my client of fraud. After the inquiry by the local authorities, what came out was Miss Cunningly took many favors from Lady Tremaine time and again along with money under the pretext of dire need. That day when Lady Tremaine asked Miss Cunningly to pay her daughter's tutors, Miss Cunningly started calling her names and threatened her of a defamation.
Objection, Your Excellencies. Once again, my friend here has started spinning yarns.
No, my friend, this time I have evidence. Your Excellencies, here is a copy of charge sheet with evidence, details and testimonies proving the reality of the incident. And I would like to call upon Inspector Jack Luzo.
Yes, Your Excellencies. After our investigation, we find out that Miss Langley tried to defame Lady Tremaine by pressing false charges against her. She was given warning and was released on a bond.
The court is adjourned for the day. The proceeding will resume on the next date.
It was quite a turbulent day for Lady Tremaine with volley of allegations thrown at her by various witnesses. Let us take you to the newsroom where we will join by two fairyland experts to talk about the case. Yes, I heard that they are the best in the profession.
Yet again, another popular character is under trial. Lady Tremaine has been accused of being a cruel and heartless mother, or rather stepmother. We have with us two of our experts. Let's hear what are their views about the same.
Well, I guess the debate cannot be about mothers being virtuous and stepmothers being cruel. It takes all sorts to make this world. People can be good or bad, irrespective of their roles in society. A virtuous person with a clean heart will selflessly put others before himself. On the contrary, a selfish person will ensure that he sows the seeds of fear, hate, and discontentment. This can also be applied in the case of mothers.
Very well said. I completely agree with my friend. If a mother is corrupting her child's head with unsuitable thoughts and ideas, thinking it will help him or her to do well in life, she is fooling herself. One has to remember, a poisonous tree can bear a poisonous fruit.
So aptly summarized by both of you. But fate of Lady Tremaine is still an ambiguity. I guess we have to leave it to the superior decision-making capacity of our judges. That's all from us at this hour. Thank you for watching Fairy Tale News.
All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, with your permission, today I will be representing the state in this case. To start with, I would like to call upon Miss Anastasia and Miss Rizal for witness.
Permission granted.
Miss Anastasia, you have mentioned it your friend that sometimes your mother deprived Ella of dinner and also cut down on her special treats, confining her to simple, bland and boiled food.
Yes, but...
Please answer to the point. Miss Rizal, you have mentioned it your friend that sometimes behind her mother's back you used to help Ella in finishing her chores.
Yes.
Your Excellencies, this clearly states that Ella was not only ill-treated, she had a life of deprivation and was also overburdened with work.
Your Excellencies, my senior, the defense lawyer, had to leave for an extremely crucial work, so I will represent him. I completely agree with my friend. Yes, Ella was deprived of good food, but the food was extremely bad for her. Here's the discharge report of Ella. Miss Anastasia, will you please tell us what happened on that stormy night?
We woke up at the middle of the night because of Ella's painful cries. She was double up with a stomach ache. We rushed her to the hospital and got to know that her liver was in a bad shape. The doctor suggested that she needed to be extremely careful with the diet and that she needed exercise. The nutritionist at the hospital suggested diet regulation, which also included fasting as a treatment.
Miss Giselle, what did the rest of you ate while Ella fasted?
Mom ensured that we ate while Ella fasted. But on the days that Ella fasted, Mom would go empty stomach too. That she couldn't bear to look at food knowing one of her child was hungry.
So, Your Excellencies, I'm sure now things are clear for everyone about Ella going without food. As for overburdened with work, she was not overburdened, but slow. She was not trained the way the two other sisters were. She was too pampered as the only child. To prepare her for the hardship of life was a tormenting process, both for her and her family.
Your Excellencies, it doesn't prove that Lady Tremaine ever treated her as her own daughter.
Absolutely, I agree with my friend again. In fact, she treated her with more love and care than she would her own biological daughter. Let me call my first witness of this case, Miss Trendy, the world-famous fashion designer.
Permission granted.
Miss Trendy, as you have already heard all that been said so far, please tell us about your relationship with the accused.
Oh, Lady Tremaine is my childhood friend. I would say I never met a person who is classier and full of virtues. I was the one who got her married to my cousin Ricardo. When the Charming made it public that they were looking for a suitable bride for their son, the prince, Tremaine came to me and said it was Ella who would be suitable to the Grace, the Charming family. But she wanted her to earn it, so she hired her all best dresses. And through Anna and Rezela, she instigated Ella to flee and come to me. Her plan worked. Ella was furious. I channeled her rage by teaching her the art of fashion, which she mastered in. But a mere few weeks later, it was Ella who designed the best dress I could ever imagine for the Prince Charming's ball. Tremaine already trained her in dance and other important skills, and the rest is history.
Your witness, please.
I have no questions, Your Excellencies. I am at a loss of words, Your Excellencies.
The court would like to hear Lady Tremaine's side. We request you to present your side.
I don't have much to say, Your Excellencies. I had a very difficult childhood, but what kept me going was my passion for learning. The more I learned, the more I empowered myself. Out of all the things I learned was that nothing was more novel than nurturing creative minds, independent and empowered, and inspiring young ones to become better human beings. When I found Ella, I saw in her the sparkle of an uncut diamond, but she was going to shine because of her sloppy attitude. I had no other way but to chisel her rough edges softly yet consistently to help her shine. I only wanted my daughters to be independent and empowered, and it has not been any easy journey to help them achieve that.
I am so sorry, Mom. I always thought you didn't love me. I thought I am an eyesore for you. I felt you present beside me all night when I was almost unconscious with high fever. Saw you quietly making soup and sending it through my sisters. I thought you had ill will towards that your conspiracy would end my worthless life one day, but now I realize that it was poison in my heart that made me suffer so much. You have made this lazy, useless girl into successful and empowered one. It was me who couldn't see it. Stepmother could also be the best mother in the world. Please forgive me. Please, Mom, forgive me.
Seems like this case doesn't need a closer. This case proceeding is a testament that we sometimes become the victim of a single story and build our beliefs around that.
After hearing all the arguments and going through all the evidence, this court has found Lady Tremaine innocent. You are free to go. Do inspire and empower more lives.
When the devil is too busy and death's a bit too much, they call on me by name, you see, for my special touch. To the gentlemen, I'm misfortune. To the ladies, I'm surprise. But call me by any name, anyway, it's all the same. I'm the fly in your soup, I'm the pedal in your shoe, I'm the bee beneath your bed, I'm the bump on every head, I'm the peel on which you slip, I'm the pin in every head, I'm the thorn in your side, makes you wiggle and ride. And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see, the devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil, and I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay I'll ever need. While there's children to make sad, while there's candy to be had, while there's pockets left to pick, while there's grannies left to trip down the stairs, I'll be there. I'll be waiting round the corner. It's a game, I'm glad I'm in it, 'cause there's one born every minute. And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see, the devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil, and I do it all for free. It gets so lonely being evil when I do.
Sometimes what we see is not always the truth. Looks may deceive, so can truth. So think twice before you judge. So this story is such, which you can't guess much. The story where the victim looks culprit and vice versa.
He's so short, as tiny as a baby. As heavy as gorilla, has even been growing lately. He's just a disaster. All thing ugly, rolled in one. He will forever be lonely and have no one.
Where are your manners? You are being so rude. He's just different. Can you stop being so crude?
He's Shally the silly. So right is your name. Only you could befriend him. Or do you just care for him to achieve great fame?
I care for him. He's a pure soul, kind-hearted to all, no matter their goal.
All that we want is to keep us all safe. If he cares so much, then ask him to go and live in the cave.
Just because he's unique, you want him to go. You should accept, not deny. Don't you guys know?
He is a monster. Why should we care? Small shirt covered in hair.
Oh, Rumpel, please don't forget, I'm your friend and will be to the end. But I have to leave the town. Promise me you will not frown.
Oh, Shally, please don't leave me with this way. With you gone, who will care what I have to say?
I don't want to part. I wish I could stay. But I hope you will keep their petty comments at bay.
I am unwanted, an outcast, an insignificant stray. After you leave, I will never be seen. I will never be seen. I will never be seen.
We are right now in the Fairland Court of Justice. We have yet another unique case that have been presented before the honorary bench of 3 fire godmen. Without any further, let's go inside the court to find out the proceeding.
All rise.
We start the proceedings of the case.
Your Excellencies, this is the case between a very state of Maryland versus Mr. Rumpelstiltskin. The charges are heinous, a web conspiracy to separate the mother from her child and a fraud. I am representing the state of Fairyland as its lawyer against Mr. Rumpelstiltskin.
Your Excellencies, I am here today to protect an innocent man framed in this intricate game of lies. I will be contesting this case in defense of Mr. Rumpelstiltskin.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Rumpel, in the name of help, took advantage of Queen Lisa's tricky situation in the past, and in lieu of that, he claimed her firstborn. Now you can imagine how heartless and cruel person he must be to rip a child from maternal bosom. To prove Mr. Rumpel's crimes, I would like to call upon my first witness, Mr. Miller, with your permission.
Permission granted.
Dear Mr. Miller, how do you know Mr. Rumpel?
I heard of him through my daughter, who came whining and ailing to me. That's an imp, name unknown, was blackmailing her and demanding her child. In case he failed, he threatened her with consequences.
Your Excellencies, point to be noted. He threatened her in such a way that she must lose her child or to face greater loss. You can imagine how cunning and monstrous this imp must be.
I would like to ask a few questions to Mr. Miller with your permission, Your Excellencies.
Permission granted.
Mr. Miller, did your daughter tell you how she met Mr. Rumpel?
No, I have not been put into the light about that particular encounter.
Okay, Mr. Miller, could you tell this honorable court how you got your daughter married to the king?
My daughter has won the heart of the king with her intelligence, skills and beauty. So His Highness wanted to marry her.
Exactly what skills you are talking about?
Objection, Your Excellencies. My friend here wants to derail the case from its track. This case is not about our dear queen's skills, but about Mr. Rumpel's crimes.
Yes, just like you are hell-bent on proving him criminal, I am determined to get to the bottom of this case. Your Excellencies, I am just trying to dig who is the actual culprit, and it is not my client but Mr. Miller. He tricked the king using false fact that his daughter has the magical skill of spinning hay into golden straws to get her married to the king. Hearing this, the king locked Queen Lisa in the palace tower and asked that by the morning all hay surrounding her should be turned into gold. In utter distress, she went for hours not knowing what to do. Mr. Rumpel is the one who saved her day. Am I lying, Mr. Miller? Are you not the one who pushed your daughter towards her plight and he is the one who saved her?
Objection, Your Excellencies. I am amazed by my friend's ability to knit stories.
Well, I am telling the truth. As you can see, it is very evident from Mr. Miller's expression. That's all, Your Excellencies. You may go now, Mr. Miller.
Your Excellencies, I would now like to call upon His Highness the King for witness.
Permission granted.
Your Highness, we thank you for taking out time of your extremely busy schedule and coming here today. When did you get to know about the twisted plot of Mr. Rumpel?
Only when the case opened.
So, the Queen did not tell you anything about this episode?
Oh, no. She was too scared that this imp might harm me and the kingdom.
Point to be noted for Your Excellencies is that she was so scared that she didn't tell this to her very own husband. Hence, this clearly shows what kind of threat Mr. Rumpel is.
Your Excellencies, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to question the king for this case.
Permission granted.
Your Highness, why did you marry Queen Lisa?
What kind of question is this? That's my private matter.
Absolutely, Your Excellencies. It's such a disgraceful question to a man of his stature.
Things don't remain personal when it comes to a place like a court. Your Excellencies, His Highness is trying to hide his greed by not telling us the truth.
How dare you question my morals? I am the king, for God's sake.
Truth is not afraid of anything. Your Highness, you married Queen Lisa because she spun gold for you. Your Excellencies, Queen Lisa was not afraid of my client but the king, as the last time he got her locked in the palace tower and asked her to spin gold. And if she failed, she would be beheaded.
Objection, Your Excellencies.
To what? The whole family now knows the truth. Your Excellencies, my client tried helping Queen Lisa, and what he asked in return was a deal that Queen Lisa agreed to instantly at that moment, but backed out when the time came.
The court is adjourned for the day. The case will resume on the next date.
A unique case that has become the talk of the entire fairyland. A case where high-profile people are robbed of their sleep because of an unknown creature. Let's try and understand the various perspectives of this case from our experts, Mr. Mindful and Ms. Thoughtful. So, Mr. Mindful, what do you think about the whole case?
Well, the case is complicated and has various dimensions and approaches. On one hand, we see the secret imp who was unknown to the world of fairy tales, who has no record of doing any good or bad to anyone until now. Then we got to know that he helped the queen spin tons of gold and asked for her firstborn in return. This too remain a mystery. Why would he pose such a demand?
Yes, there are too many layers. First, what I got to know from my sources, that Mr. Rampal is not known for hurting anyone. Moreover, when he went to ask for the firstborn from the queen, and since she was desperate, he agreed to go back and wait for 3 days, where if she could find his name, he would peacefully return to his cave and never bother her again. The queen managed to find out that, without putting any fight and argument, he left and was not seen until the very day of trial. So, I don't know whether to call him is wrong or right.
So true. On the contrary, the ones who seem to be the victims are now under suspicions. We never know where the case will go or what will be the outcome, but it's surely an interesting one. Well, I guess we have to leave to the wisdom of our judges. We will keep you updated on this case. Thanks for watching Fairyland News.
All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the case.
Your Excellencies, my sincere apologies. My colleague had to leave the fairyland for some extremely important work. In her absence, I will be representing Mr. Rumpelstiltskin. To start with, I would like to call upon Mr. Shrek, the ogre.
Permission granted.
Mr. Shrek, do you know Mr. Rumpel?
Yes, I know this kind of creature, though I never know his name until now. I owe my gratitude to him when I was chased by these villagers. This time, even my rod did not work. I somehow managed to get in the woods, but the mob seemed to be difficult to get off my tail. And just then a small figure appeared, and before me, he sprinkled something around me. And the next thing I was remembered that me in my bed. Far from all this madness, the little angel was no one else but Mr. Rumpel.
I admire the vivid description of Mr. Shrek's dream.
It was not a dream because the wounds I got from the chase are still fresh on my body, but healing fast. I guess again because of Mr. Rumpel's magic.
Thanks, Mr. Shrek. Your Excellencies, with your permission, I would like to call upon Mr. Pinocchio.
Permission granted.
Mr. Pinocchio, it's unbelievable to see you like this.
Isn't it wonderful? That little man, there is a cause for the same. His greatness is 100 times taller than his size.
So what exactly happened?
Oh, just because of my quest to become a real boy, I was wandering the length and the breadth of this land. And finally, due to my tiredness and fatigue, I fall in the bundle of wood collected by wood gatherers. When I regained consciousness, I found myself on fire. The wood gatherers couldn't see me in the stack and put me on fire with the stack. I started crying, and from the woods appeared a tiny, big-hearted man. He first rescued me and then sprinkled some magic powder on me. And when I came back to my senses, I was a boy, a live human boy. But he was gone by then, leaving a note behind. I know how it feels to be unwanted. Live a happy life hereafter.
What amazing stories! Monsters and soulless character defending another monster? Monster? Who and what decided? Who is a real monster? Their deeds or appearance? Objection, Your Excellencies, but none of the witness has been able to justify the ill intention of Mr. Rumpel ripping apart a child from a mother. He is a corrupt soul. Objection sustained. Your Excellencies, my next witness will prove how pure is my client. May I call upon Mr. Gold? Permission granted. Mr. Gold, to create you, what is the first thing that is needed? A heart as pure and uncorrupted as gold. So, you mean to say that Mr. Rumpel is a pure heart? That's why he was able to spin me out of straw for Queen Lisa. Your Excellencies, he was a pure heart till he spins him for Queen Lisa. But maybe he got corrupted later. In case he would have gone corrupted, his powers to create me would have been disabled. But that didn't happen yet. I rest my case here, Your Excellencies. Your statement cleared a lot of things, yet left some unanswered questions. We would like to hear from Mr. Rumpel why he had such a demand that sounds so cruel. All that I ever received was hatred. I was an imp, unknown of that. I was living between the human population and believing that I am one of them. All that I ever wanted was a little acceptance and love. But I guess what matters most is your look than who you are. Though I can't say same for my friend Shelley, but when she left me, I was left with loneliness, humiliation and insult. I guess same with Shrek and Pinocchio. If you are different in this world, either you are God or a monster, but both are not accepted. So when I came third time to help Lisa, it occurred to me that if I take the firstborn, I can raise them as my own. He or she will not judge me, hate me, despise me, rather accept me as its own. Then why did you give up on your demand so easily? So when I pressed the demand, I believe that they all are selfish, cunning and greedy people. The miller wanted Lisa to get married to the king for his riches. The king wanted to grow his treasure and again put her at stake. Lisa, though not of choice, wanted to please both her father and the king. I thought she would be least bothered about the child. So when I saw her ailing in the thought of losing it, I had to sacrifice my dream. So it was me who left hints so she could find my name, win the challenge and save the child. All these years on this chair, we have seen many difficult cases. This one was unique and quite tricky. The charges look heinous, but the reason justifies them. Those who look victim appear to be the reason behind this corruption. It raises question about our rationality or judgment of good or bad and what kind of people we are. So, what will be the outcome? Considering all the evidences and witnesses and evaluating all the aspects of this case, the jury declares that Mr. Rumpelstiltskin is innocent and frees him of all charges against him. The court also realized that it was Mr. Miller and King's greed which led to this malice. So, the court orders an investigation against both. You are free to go, Mr. Rumpel.
Another day has gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be? You're not here with me. You never said goodbye. Someone tell me why did you have to go and leave my world so cold? Every day I sit and ask myself, how did I slip away? Something whispers in my ear and says that you
we are right now in front of the Failand Court of Justice. We have yet another unique case that has been presented before the honorary bench of 35 godmothers. This time we have not one but two accused, and interestingly one's the worst enemy. So without any further ado, let's go inside the court and find out the proceeding. All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, today's case is between the state of Fairyland versus Prince Adam, once called the Beast, and Gaston, the Incredible. They both are charged for having cruel intention and ill-treating others who were not at par with them. I will be fighting against the accused.
Your Excellencies, I will be defending Prince Adam. And I will be defending Mr. Gaston.
Let's start the hearing.
Your Excellencies, my client Prince Adam has been accused wrongly for being cruel and inmanner. To prove the same, I would like to call upon Mrs. Potts as a witness with your permission.
Permission granted.
Mrs. Potts, tell us about Prince Adam.
Oh, our prince is an extremely polished, handsome and charming lad. With Miss Belle now in his life, he has become the best person one can ever imagine.
Your Excellencies, point to be noted, he's the best person one can ever imagine.
Absolutely. But then, why is he in this court today? Your Excellencies, may I cross-examine the witness with your permission?
Permission granted.
Miss Potts, how long have we known Prince Adam?
Oh, since he was born.
So, was he the way you described him from the beginning?
Well, sort of.
Can you tell me why Prince turned into a beast and all the attendants of the palace into objects?
Well, it was a misunderstanding.
No! It was the extreme pride and arrogance of Prince Adam that led to that incident. The incident for which you had to pay with living your precious years of life as object, including your little child Chip.
Objection, Your Excellencies. My friend here is trying to create unnecessary pressure on my witness. I would like to call upon my next witness, Mr. Lumiere.
Permission granted.
Mr. Lumiere, you have spent a lot of time with Prince Adam. Tell us a little about him.
Oh, our prince is an avid reader. I guess we have the biggest library in the area, and our prince reads each book word to word. I was his personal attendant at the library. He also has many degrees from the most prestigious universities.
Yes, Your Excellencies, he reads word to word from each book but learned nothing from them. As we know, that education makes one humble and polite, but our prince has become rude and proud because the count of word was adding to the score of most well-read person but failed to educate him. His degree only added to his pseudo-intellectual image but failed to make him a better human being. He is the perfect example that your accolades do not show your level of education, but your behavior and character do.
Objection, Your Excellencies. Now my friend here crossing his limit and attacking on my client's character.
Objection sustained.
Your Excellencies, I would like to call upon my next witness, Mr. Morris.
Permission granted.
Mr. Morris, what opinion do you hold about Prince Adam?
Well, initially I had some misunderstanding regarding him, but it was my daughter who cleared all doubt, and now I know he was the most generous and kind person.
Point to be noted, Your Excellencies. There were misunderstandings just like what this case is based on a misunderstanding.
Your Excellencies, may I cross-examine the witness to clear the clouds of misunderstanding in my mind?
Permission granted.
Mr. Morris, how did you first meet Prince Adam?
It was so dramatic incident.
Oh,
we like dramatic.
I was coming back from the town after the trade. While crossing the road, I faced a turbulent storm. I lost my way and somehow my horse managed me to rescue from that storm and brought me to Prince Adam's palace.
Did the young handsome prince welcome you with open arms?
Well, he was not a prince, he was still the beast and he acted beastly. He was furious to see me and made me captive. He locked me in his palace dungeon at the pretext that I am a spy.
And how did you escape from there?
My daughter, Belle, came looking for me and took my place as a prisoner.
Did the beast and you agree readily?
No, but she convinced the beast by saying if we want a prisoner, how does it matter who it is? And she convinced me by saying I should come back with help to rescue her.
Point to be noted, Your Excellencies. That Belle needed rescuing. Thanks, Mr. Morris. I would like to call upon my next witness, Cogsworth.
Permission granted.
Cogsworth, you are the chief maid of the palace who lived for many years as a clock. Can you please tell this honorable court how everyone got cursed?
One day, a sorcerer came to a palace to test the prince's kindness and humanity, but she found him failing the test and cursed everyone, turning him into a beast and all of us into an object. She said that he was a heartless one and all his education had failed him. According to her, we were not his subjects, but objects, as we had no voice to correct him and were his mere puppets.
Your Excellencies, I guess my friend is forgetting here that my client is freed from the curse by the same enchantress when she realized that Prince Adam has not just rectified his mistakes but also had been grown an unparalleled human being. So why these charges against him? He had already had enough punishment living the life of a beast.
The court is adjourned for the day. The case will resume on the next date.
And yet another interesting case in the series of villains on trial. This time, not one, but two popular characters are accused, Prince Adam and Gaston. One highly educated and the other just the opposite. We have with us experts in our studio. Let's hear it from them, what they have to say. Mr. Mindful, what's your take on the whole situation?
Well, considering all the testimonies and evidences produced in the court, it seems that both of them are at fairly fault. However, considering why they did it, the answer can be found in your statement that one is extremely highly educated and the other is just the opposite. They both are the victims of extremity.
Very well put, Mr. Wonderful. In one hand, we have Prince Adam, who, despite being so well read, failed to use his knowledge and qualifications to turn himself into an educated person. And on the other hand, Gaston, the Incredible, who out of his ignorance thoughtlessly followed all the norms of the society that helped him uphold the position of the Incredible, be it ego, boastfulness, or cunning tricks.
Both Gaston and Prince never saw anything beyond themselves. The education that Prince received failed to develop the humility in him. Gaston was misguided by the social tags of being a man instead of understanding the true virtue of being a human is not looks or might but his deeds.
It's always a pleasure to get your insights, so profound and measured. Thanks for coming to the studio. Dear inhabitants of Fairyland, stay tuned for more updates on this exceptional case.
All rise.
Please start the proceedings of the day.
Your Excellencies, due to some unavoidable situation, my senior is unable to attend the proceedings. In his absence, I will be representing the case on behalf of the state.
Your Excellencies, with your permission, I would like to present my first set of witnesses, Nick and Stanley, to prove that my client, Mr. Gaston, is innocent and a victim of circumstances.
Permission granted.
Mr. Nick and Mr. Stanley, how would you describe Mr. Gaston?
He is the man amongst the men, the most handsome and a pure paragon, feared and admired, the most courageous and strong, who can't do any wrong.
Really? What did Mr. Gaston do to Mr. Morris when he came back in distress and pleaded with him to save Belle? Your Excellencies, to get rid of him, he called him a lunatic and left him tied in the woods to be eaten by wolves. Your friend Gaston is nothing but a coward who wanted Mr. Morris out of his way to marry Belle.
That's not true.
Yes, Your Excellencies. My friend here is tainting my client's image without any proof.
Your Excellencies, this was reported to the higher authorities by Mr. Morris. The copy of the report has already been submitted to the court to confirm the same.
Your Excellencies, I would like to call Mr. Steak the butcher as my next witness.
Permission granted.
Mr. Butcher, do you think Mr. Gaston is a cunning man?
Cunning? He is the most generous man in the town. He is the sharpest shooter and hunter. He is the one who would go out in stones, sun and snow, get his wild game, so that our cattle and poultry can be saved and people have enough to eat.
Your Excellencies, that's a stunt by Mr. Gaston to show off, to heighten his popularity as a savior and a hunk.
Objection, Your Excellencies. My friend here is outrightly trying to prove my client wrong. Maybe he has done some misconduct unwillingly. However, we cannot deny the fact that he is the most popular person in the town and the most admired among the youth.
He was nothing but a bully who threatened and scared, who didn't side with him. Your Excellencies, with your permission, I would like to call upon librarian and teacher of the village, Mrs. Wisely.
Permission granted.
Mrs. Wisely, tell us a little bit about Mr. Gaston.
Gaston is a hunk with no brains. He and his boys only know one mantra: might is right. They don't realize that might combined with wisdom can be so nice. Instead, he would engage himself in small-time wild games, charm the village girls with his popping muscles. Even as a child in school, he would only focus on petty things that would get him instant fame and was least interested in educating himself.
Miss Wisely, very wisely put. But tell me, what happened the day you were coming from the town with a cart full of books and it got stuck in the mud pool?
Yes, he helped my cart out of the ditch, and not just that, I cannot deny that he also went and got the doctor by almost abducting him when I was burning with fever on an extremely stormy night.
Your Excellencies, that proves that Mr. Gaston is not outrightly a bad person. I rest my case here.
Before concluding the case, we would like to hear from Mr. Gaston and Prince Adam.
Starting with Prince Adam.
Your Excellencies, a person cannot be great just by the number of books he has read or qualifications he acquired. I learned this after meeting Belle. I realized that all these years I was just interested in accumulating words in my life, not their meaning. I gathered qualifications but never qualified myself to use them. However, I have learnt my lesson. Now I am repenting and relearning to become a truly educated person. I guess there is no greater punishment than being uneducated even while having higher qualifications on paper. True education is what makes you a true human being.
I completely agree with Prince Adam. However, unlike him, it was my choice of going with muscles over wisdom. I only fed my alter ego, considering myself superior above everyone, and people around me fueled this path of mine, making it look brighter and alluring. I did the most cowardly and heinous act of leaving Uncle Morris to die in vain, and shot the beast in his back when he chose not to kill or even fight me.
Sometimes, following the popular beliefs, we forgot to kill the beast inside of us. Instead, we try to kill the one that appears to be the beast without even evaluating its true nature. But now, I too am educated and understanding myself.
It was quite an interesting case. The hearing has given us all a very deep understanding of what education truly means.
And not what we assume it is. One should not be judged on his education by virtue of their qualification, but by the virtue of his character and deeds.
Considering all the evidences and arguments, the court has found that both Mr. Gaston and Adam were duly punished by their own deeds.
The court freed them of all their charges. They are free to go.
I'm malicious, mean and scary. My sneer could curdle dairy. And violence-wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look and my temper and my hook, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. Can't you see me on the stage performing Mozart? Tickling the ivories till they gleam. Yep, I'd rather be called deadly from a killer show to medley. Thank you, cause way down deep inside I've got a dream. He's got a dream, he's got a dream. See, I ain't as cruel and vicious as I seem. Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a
I've got scars and lumps and bruises, plus something here that oozes. And let's not even mention my complexion. But despite my extra toes and my goiter and my nose, I really wanna make a love connection. Can't you see me with the special little lady rowing in a rowboat down the stream? Though I'm one disgusting blighter, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Cause way down deep inside, I've got a dream. I've got a dream. He's got a dream. I've got a dream. He's got a dream. And I know one day romance will reign supreme. Though my face leaves people screaming, there's a child behind it dreaming. Like everybody else, I've got a dream.
I'd like to quit and be a florist. Gunter does interior design.
Ulf is into mine.
Attila's cupcakes are sublime.
Bruiser knits, killer sews, Splendid's little puppet shows.
And Vladimir collects around the unicorns.
I have dreams like you, no really, just much less touchy-feely. They mainly happen somewhere warm and sunny, on an island that I own, and am rested and alone, surrounded by enormous piles of money.
I've got a dream. I've got a dream.
She's got a dream.
I just want to see the floating lanterns gleam. And with every passing hour, I'm so glad I left my tower. Like all you lovely folks, I've got a dream.
She's got a dream. He's got a dream. They got a dream. We've got a dream. So our differences ain't really that extreme. We're one big team.
I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. Can't you see me on the stage performing Mozart? Tickling the ivories till they gleam. Yep, I'd rather be called deadly from a killer show to medley. Thank you, cause way down deep inside I've got a dream.
He's got a dream. He's got a dream.
See, I ain't as cruel and vicious as I seem. Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a
I've got scars and lumps and bruises, plus something here that oozes. And let's not even mention my complexion. But despite my extra toes and my goiter and my nose, I really wanna
I would like to request our Sir Yash Mangal and Ma'am Rachel Little to please come come up on the stage and all the dignitaries to felicitate him with token of ardor and a bouquet. I would like to request Sir and Ma'am to felicitate our valued guest Arunji Bishnoi with the bouquet.
The spectacular extravaganza just showcased, which was in a way amalgamation of dance and theatrical performances, must have enthralled you greatly. Every achievement is servitude. It compels us to a higher achievement, and when you set your mind to achieve something, you must allow yourself the opportunity to get it done. Some of our ambitious students delved deeper to find their way to success and attained it. It's time to honor the students from grade 10 and 12 for their academic excellence for the year 2021-22. I would like to call Ma'am Rachel Little, Chief Guest Shri Rameshwar Lalji Dudi, School Mentor Ma'am Shweta Mehta, with Sir Yash Mangal, to come up on this stage and boost morale of the students by giving away the prizes. I invite 12th graders who secured above 95%. With a huge round of applause, please welcome our city topper Saurabh Ajmera, who with 97.4% is first ranker in commerce stream and has secured 100 on 100 in accountancy. Siddhi Jain, first ranker in science stream with 92.8%. Harshita Pathak, 97% and 100 on 100 in economics.
एक और है हो गई चलो
Ashi Kankaria, 95.6%. Nikhil Kumawat, 94.6% and 100 on 100 in accountancy.
2 अवार्ड मिलेंगे
For the magnificent performances in grade 10 board, we would like to present token of encouragement to students who secured above 95%. Shivansh Gupta with 97.8% is first rank holder, State Talent Search Examination qualifier, and has secured merit certificate from CBSE board.
एक और
Zaid Dak, 97% in grade 10, trophy for 100 on 100 in science, State Talent Search Examination qualifier, and has secured merit certificate from CBSE board.
शक्ल दिखा बेटा इधर
Gati Jain, 96.8% in 10th board. Adishri Gupta, 95.6%. Tarunya Sharma, 95.4%. Sanskar Sharma, 95%. A token of appreciation to Garvit Aditya for his exceptional performance in State Talent Search Examination and getting qualified. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, passion, and most of all, love of what you are doing. We proudly present the token of admiration to Hriday Singh Hura, state winner in weightlifting in 93 kg under 17 category, who has set a state record with 467.5 kg weight lifted. Our school cricket team participated in a tri-series cricket tournament and emerged as winners, playing against DPS Ajmer. I invite the captain of winning team, Rishi Natani, to come up on the stage to receive the cup. Newton Premier League was hosted by the school, wherein 6 teams, including 2 from Jammu and Kashmir and 2 from Ajmer, participated. Mangal Newton School, under the captainship of Akshat Pamnani, won the series. I would like to call upon captain to receive the cup. For the exemplary performance in sports, the Best Athlete Award goes to Spriha Nahar. To applaud for the determined endeavors, academic excellence, co-curricular achievements, and overall conduct, the Student of the Year Award goes to Aditi Jawar. Great achievements are nurtured with the cooperation of many minds with a common vision, working towards a common goal. Best House Shield for co-curricular activities goes to Vijay House. I request the House Mentor, Captain and Vice Captain to receive the shield. Best House Trophy in Sports is backed by Satya House. I request the House Mentor, Captain and Vice Captain to receive the trophy. Our achievements are shaped by the strength of foundations we set. Thank you for your commitment to excellence.
Good evening to all. I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to bid a hearty welcome to Miss Shweta Mehta, Honorable School Mentor, the founder and patron. She has been establishing a collective vision for school improvement and initiating change to spur innovation, ensure students' learning, and increase achievement. We humbly request ma'am to come on the stage and shower us with the blessings.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor for me to be back at Mangal Newton School. We missed the annual function in the COVID times, and this time when Yash planned the function, he said, I have to come. So I am here. I never say no to him. मैं हिंदी में बात करती हूँ. ये मंगल न्यूटन स्कूल है. मैं अभी हमारे चीफ गेस्ट को बता रही थी कि यश 21 साल का था और मैं 26 साल की थी जब हमने इस स्कूल की नींव डाली थी. हम सब बच्चे थे, हम अभी भी बच्चे हैं मम्मी के लिए, लेकिन आज मुझे इतना प्राउड फील होता है जब मैं यहाँ आती हूँ और देखती हूँ इन बच्चों को जो इंग्लिश में इतना लंबा प्ले करते हैं और इतना अच्छा डांस करते हैं. मैं बॉम्बे में रहती हूँ, आप सबको शायद से मालूम है, और मेरी एक 8 साल की लड़की है जो बॉम्बे की एक टॉप स्कूल में पढ़ाई कर रही है. और मैं आज यहाँ की प्रिंसिपल और टीचर्स और सबको बोलना चाहती हूँ कि हमारी स्कूल जो बॉम्बे में है वहाँ का एनुअल फंक्शन भी इसके सामने फीका है. सो थैंक यू मंगल न्यूटन स्कूल टीचर्स, प्रिंसिपल यश, निधि, for really being in this city and developing the children, the talent in this city. I am so very proud of you. बड़ी जगह जाके काम करना बहुत आसान है, पैसा कमाना बहुत आसान है. छोटी जगह में रहकर अपने जो टाउन है उसका ध्यान रखना, भले ही पैसे कम मिलें, लेकिन आप ये देखो ये क्या छोड़ के जा रहे हैं पीछे. इतने सारे ब्यावर के स्टूडेंट्स इतना नाम कमाएं. मेरी ये परमात्मा से, ईश्वर से प्रार्थना है और आप सब पेरेंट्स का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जो आपने मंगल न्यूटन को ट्रस्ट किया अपने बच्चों के साथ और हमको ट्रस्ट किया. हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि आपका जो भी सपना है आपके बच्चों के लिए वो पूरा हो सके. So thank you parents for believing in us. अब मैं आपको एक और चीज़ बताना चाहूँगी. कोविड के टाइम में 2 साल कोविड के थे और मैं बॉम्बे में रहती हूँ. मैंने जैसे आपको बताया तो मैं यहाँ पर आ गई थी अपनी पूरी फैमिली के साथ कोविड के टाइम में यहाँ रहने. और मैंने देखा कि जितनी जल्दी मंगल न्यूटन स्कूल ने ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग की उतनी जल्दी हमारी स्कूल ने भी नहीं कर पाए थे. तो अगेन कोविड के टाइम में जो काम इन टीचर्स ने किया है उसके लिए अगेन थैंक यू. आई डोंट नो इफ़ यू गाइज रियलाइज इतना डिफ़िकल्ट है ऑनलाइन टीचिंग करना, पर उसके लिए इतना पेशेंस चाहिए. बट दीज टीचर्स वर एट इट एंड आई सॉ इट विथ माई ओन आइज़. एक और चीज़ मैं बताना चाहूँगी कि ब्यावर की मिट्टी में कुछ है, और मैं इसलिए बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि ब्यावर की मिट्टी से ही मैं और मेरा परिवार यहाँ से जन्मा है और हमको यहीं से क्या कहते हैं हिम्मत मिली कि हम इतनी यंग एज में ये स्कूल चालू किया हमने, जबकि हमारे पास कोई साधन ऐसे नहीं थे कि हम लोग इतनी बड़ी स्कूल बना सकें. पर अगेन जहाँ इरादे पक्के होते हैं कुछ ना कुछ तो हो ही जाता है और ये स्कूल खड़ी हुई. अभी 6 महीने मैं यहाँ पर थी कोविड के टाइम में और ऐसा हुआ कि एक डॉक्टर हैं डॉक्टर नैना पटेल, और वो एक बहुत बड़ा नाम है इंडिया में सरोगेसी और IVF के लिए. जिसके बच्चे नहीं होते वो आनंद गुजरात में रहती हैं. और मैं आपको इससे कहानी इसलिए बता रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि कैसे एक मुलाकात किस चीज़ में बदल जाए आपको मालूम नहीं होता. तो 8 साल पहले मेरी एक रिलेटिव हैं बॉम्बे में जिनके बच्चे नहीं हो रहे थे और वो बॉम्बे में सब बड़े बड़े डॉक्टर्स के पास गए, बहुत पैसा खर्च किया, पर उनको बच्चे का सुख प्रदान नहीं हुआ. तो मैंने गूगल किया कि इंडिया में और कौन अच्छे डॉक्टर्स हैं जिनके पास हम जा सकते हैं. तो मुझे डॉक्टर नैना पटेल आनंद गुजरात जहाँ पे अमूल का नाम है वो वहाँ फेमस है, तो उनका नाम मालूम पड़ा. तो मैं उनको लेके वहाँ चली गई. वहाँ मैंने देखा एकदम छोटी सी डॉक्टर हैं लेकिन पूरे देश से वहाँ पे लोग, पूरे मतलब देश नहीं विदेश से भी सब सब पूरे वर्ल्ड से लोग वहाँ पे आए हुए थे। मैं देख के हैरान हो गई कि इतनी छोटी जगह में, ब्यावर जैसी जगह है आनंद, इतने सारे लोग क्या कर रहे हैं। और फिर देखा और जाना कि वो डॉक्टर ऐसी है जो जिसको भी जिसका ट्रीटमेंट करती है उनको ये बच्चा हो जाता है। उन्होंने मेरे रिलेटिव का ट्रीटमेंट किया और पहली ट्राई में उनको 2 बच्चे हो गए। तो 8 साल पहले ये बात हुई थी। अब कोविड के टाइम में पता नहीं उनको, और मैं उनसे ऑब्वियसली टच में हूँ, जानती है हमारे बारे में, हम जो एम्बुलेंस कंपनी चलाते हैं, ये है वो है। तो कोविड के टाइम में उनका फ़ोन आया कि श्वेता, मैं पूरे इंडिया में IVF का चेन चलाना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन मैं तो हूँ डॉक्टर, मुझे बिज़नेस आता नहीं, तो मुझे चाहिए तुम जैसी कोई मेरे साथ लग जाए तो अपन बहुत लोगों का भला कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आजकल जो बड़ी बड़ी चेन है वो बहुत लूट रही हैं लोगों को। तो उस समय क्योंकि मैं ब्यावर में थी और यश मेरे पीछे पड़ गया कि नहीं ये काम करना है। मैंने कहा मेरे पास इतना काम है, मेरे को कोई टाइम नहीं है। इसने कहा नहीं, ये अच्छा काम है, इसमें लोगों का भला होगा, हमने देखा है हमारी रिलेटिव का कैसे लाइफ चेंज हो गई, हमें कुछ करना चाहिए। आप बिलीव नहीं करेंगे, कोविड के पूरे टाइम हम लोग जयपुर में लोकेशन ढूंढ रहे थे और कोविड ख़त्म होते ही हमने अपना पहला IVF सेंटर जयपुर में चालू किया, जिव्या IVF के नाम से। अभी 1 साल होने को भी नहीं आया है और आज मैं प्राउडली बोल सकती हूँ कि वो सेंटर जयपुर में वन ऑफ द बेस्ट सेंटर्स है और इतने लोगों को मदद कर चुका है। और अब मैं परसों ही पुणे से आई हूँ जहाँ पे हमने अपना 2nd सेंटर चालू किया है। तो अब स्कूल के साथ साथ हम ये भी एक काम कर रहे हैं जिसमें कोई भी किसी को भी अगर बच्चा ना हो, और उसको एक बच्चा तो होना ही चाहिए लाइफ में, बच्चों के बिना कोई लाइफ नहीं है। कितने में से एग्री करते हैं? हैंड्स अप, राइट? तो हम अब ये भी एक हमने मकसद किया है कि जिसको बच्चा नहीं है उसको एक बच्चे का तो होना ही चाहिए और उसके लिए हम उनके साथ खड़े हैं। तो ब्यावर मेरे लिए बहुत लकी है, जब भी मैं उदास होती हूँ यहीं पे आती हूँ। और आप लोग बहुत बहुत लकी हैं जो आप मंगल न्यूटन स्कूल और यश और उनकी फैमिली से जुड़े हुए हैं। और ज़्यादा मैं बोलूँगी नहीं, मुझे केवल 3 मिनट दिए गए थे। सो एक लास्ट चीज़, यश कैन आई से वन थिंग मोर? अच्छा, मैं एक माँ भी हूँ, मेरी 8 साल की लड़की है। अब कितने पेरेंट्स हैं जो हमेशा अपने बच्चों को ऐसे बोलते हैं, तू पढ़ता नहीं है, तू ये करता नहीं है, तू इतना बदमाश है। कितने हैं जो ऐसा बोलते हैं? हैंड्स अप। ओके, आज से आप कसम खा लीजिए कि आप अपने बच्चों को ऐसा नहीं बोलेंगे। आप हमेशा उनको बोलेंगे कि तू बहुत अच्छा है, तू पढ़ाई में टॉप करेगा, तू स्पोर्ट्स में टॉप करेगा। जो आप उनको बनना चाहते हैं आप वो बोलिए। आप नेगेटिव की जगह पॉजिटिव बोलिए। जो आप सोचते हैं वो होता है और जो होता है वो आपका डेस्टिनी बनता है। ऑलवेज थिंक पॉजिटिव, टेल योर माइंड थिंक पॉजिटिव। जो बनना है वो बोलो, जो है वो मत बोलो। तो बच्चा पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहा है तो बोलना, तू बहुत पढ़ाई करेगा बच्चा, तू बहुत पढ़ाई करेगा, तू बहुत अच्छा करेगा, तू लॉयर बनेगा, तू डॉक्टर बनेगा। जो आप चाहते हैं वो बोलो, पर कह दो तू बनेगा। ऐसा कभी मत बोलो तुम नहीं बनेगा। Thank you very much and all the best. Love you, Mangal Newton School and everybody associated with it. Thank you.
It is a matter of honor and privilege for me to introduce and welcome the chief guest of this startlingly beautiful evening. Though he needs no introduction, Shri Rameshwar Lalji Doody.
Shri Rameshwar Lalji Doody is an Indian politician from Bikaner, Rajasthan. He was leader of opposition in Rajasthan Legislative Assembly. Doody ji was a first-time legislator and got elected from Nokha constituency in Bikaner district. He was once a Congress MP and represented the Bikaner parliamentary seat in Lok Sabha from 1999 to 2004. Before being a legislator in 2013 or a parliamentarian in 1999, Doody ji was into politics at the Panchayati Raj level. He was elected as a Pradhan in 1995 from Nokha. While being a Pradhan, he won the elections for Lok Sabha in 1999. Presently, he is chairman, Rajasthan State Agro Industries Development Board. Sir, I would like to invite you on the stage to shower your blessings on us with your kind words.
नमस्कार। आज मंगल न्यूटन स्कूल के इस एनुअल फंक्शन में मैं सबसे पहले आप सबको मेरी ओर से बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हुए मैं मेरी ओर से शुभकामनाएं भी देना चाहूँगा यस मंगल जी को, निधि को और श्वेता जी को और मंगल परिवार को। क्या ब्यावर जैसे जगह पर आकर और जब बच्चों का जो कल्चरल प्रोग्राम देखा, उनका जिस तरीके से जो प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, उससे लगता है कि ये स्कूल की क्वालिटी है। वैसे मैं अपने आप को बहुत गौरवान्वित महसूस करता हूँ इस स्कूल के प्रांगण में आने के बाद, क्यों मैं जयपुर से आया, पहले ये लग रहा था कि भैया 250 किलोमीटर जाऊँगा, फिर 250 आऊँगा, बहुत लंबा रास्ता है, लेकिन ये आने के बाद में मेरी थकान जो है ना ख़त्म हो गई। आप सभी जो है पेरेंट्स आए हुए हैं और अपने बच्चों की जो प्रस्तुतियाँ देखी, तो आपको भी एक बहुत बड़ा सुकून मिलता है कि नहीं, हमने हमारे बच्चों के लिए जो है एक एजुकेशन का इंस्टीट्यूट है, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हमने चुना। मेरे को श्वेता जी की एक बात बहुत पसंद आई, मैंने अभी बैठते ही उनको कहा, मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा आपको कि हम आए दिन अखबारों में देख रहे हैं कि जिस तरीके से बच्चों को जो जिस तरीके से अपन कहते हैं, कभी तुम ये नहीं कर रहा, तुम वो नहीं कर रहा, बच्चे भी डिप्रेशन में जाते हैं। आपने कोटा के अंदर देखा होगा, जितने भी जो आपके इंस्टीट्यूट का हब जो है, वैसे कोटा है, कोटा में आप हर साल देखते हैं हमारे कई बच्चे जो है सुसाइड कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि इतनी ज़्यादा उनको जो है दबा दिया जाता है, और वो दबाने का काम जो है माता पिता करते हैं कि तुम ये नहीं कर रहा, तुम वो नहीं कर रहा। तो इस बात का जो है एक, मैं आपकी बात से बहुत ज़्यादा सहमत हूँ। मैं कोटा में भी एक इंस्टीट्यूट था, वहाँ भी प्रोग्राम में गया, तो ये बात हमने कही थी जो आपने कही कि हमें हमारे बच्चों को जो है एकदम फ्री हैंड, और उनको ये लगे, मान लो वो कमज़ोर है तो उसको आप बुस्टअप करो, कहने तो अच्छा कर रहा है। ये बहुत अच्छी, श्वेता जी आपको बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही। मैं इस स्कूल और इस इंस्टीट्यूट के बारे में बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। आज ब्यावर जैसे कस्बे के अंदर जिस तरीके से बच्चे इंग्लिश बोल रहे थे, मतलब अंग्रेजी आज सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, और हर माता पिता ये चाहता है कि मेरा बच्चा जो है ना हर विशेष जो है अंग्रेजी में परफेक्ट हो। और हमारी सरकार ने भी जो है अब की बार जो एजुकेशन की जो थीम है, हमने भी जो गाँव के अंदर भी, गाँव के स्कूल को भी हमने इंग्लिश स्कूल बनाया। सरकारी जो स्कूल है करीब राजस्थान के अंदर, हमने 1850 स्कूल जो है उनको रेज किया, 12th स्कूल करके उसको इंग्लिश स्कूल बनाया। आपने देखा होगा सोशल मीडिया पे और टीवी में भी कई बार प्रोग्राम आते हैं, एक गांव और ढाणी का बच्चा जो है इतनी अच्छी फ्रिक्वेंटली जो है ना इंग्लिश बोलता है। तो अंग्रेजी भी सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। वैसे मैं पॉलिटिशियन हूँ, मेरा ध्येय और लक्ष्य है कि आम जन की जो भावनाओं की कदर करते हुए उनके मुताबिक हम काम करें, चाहे आप एजुकेशन के फील्ड में ले लो, चाहे हेल्थ के फील्ड में ले लो, चाहे और मूलभूत सुविधाओं के बारे में ले लो। तो ब्यावर में एक तरीके से जो है ना कस्बा है, और उस कस्बे के अंदर इतनी अच्छी जो है एजुकेशन की जो है एक शिक्षण संस्थान जो दिया है, तो मैं यस मंगल जी को और वैसे जो है श्वेता जी को इनको धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि ये बता रहे थे कि हम उस टाइम में छोटे थे और इसको करीब 16 साल हो गए। 16 साल के अंदर आज इस स्कूल की स्ट्रेंथ जो है ना बहुत अच्छी है, और शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में उन्होंने अलग जो अभी हम प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो है ना कर रहे थे हमारे इसी स्कूल के बच्चों को, तो हर फील्ड के अंदर, चाहे स्पोर्ट्स की बात करो, चाहे कल्चरल की प्रोग्राम की बात करो, चाहे एजुकेशन की बात करो, हर क्षेत्र के अंदर बहुत अच्छा लगा। और मैं दोबारा आप सबको मेरी ओर से बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हुए, बहुत अच्छा लगा इसमें पहली बार आया। हमेशा यस जो है बात करता रहता है, हम बैठ के आपस में बात करते हैं, कभी हमारी स्कूल है और स्कूल के बारे में चर्चा करते हैं कि भाई कभी मौका मिलेगा, और आज बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे मौका मिला। मैं आपको मेरी ओर से बहुत धन्यवाद देते हुए कि आपने यहाँ बुलाकर और इतना मान सम्मान किया, मैं इस वास्ते मेरी ओर से बहुत हृदय तल की गहराइयों से मैं इनका आभार भी व्यक्त करता हूँ। और सभी हमारे जो बच्चों के पेरेंट्स हैं उनको भी शुभकामनाएं देते हुए आने वाले समय के अंदर यही जो है इंस्टीट्यूट उन राजस्थान नहीं पितु जो पूरे हिंदुस्तान, श्वेता जी ने कहा कि मैं बॉम्बे के अंदर मेरी बच्ची जो है सबसे अच्छी जो है शिक्षण संस्थान के अंदर, अच्छी स्कूल के अंदर पढ़ रही है, लेकिन यहाँ इनके ही द्वारा इस संस्थान को खड़ा करने में आज ये जो है ना कह रहे हैं कि भाई उस इंस्टीट्यूट से अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूट जो है हमारे इस ब्यावर के अंदर, जब मंगल आपके जो परिवार की तरफ से इस इंस्टीट्यूट का जो है 16 साल हो गए, इसमें 16 साल के अंदर बहुत अच्छी प्रोग्रेस करी, और आगे भी मैं समझता हूँ कि उन ऊंचाइयों पे जाने का काम जो है हमारे सभी स्कूल के टीचर्स जो अभी हम सबसे मिले थे तो बहुत ही अच्छा उनका, क्योंकि टीचर जो है सबसे ज़्यादा अहम जो जड़ है वो स्कूल का टीचर है। तो वो बच्चों को अच्छे संस्कार और आज के समय की जो ज़रूरत है, जो मांग है, उस समय की मांग को और ज़रूरत को पूरा करने का काम ये इंस्टीट्यूट कर रहा है। श्वेता जी ने एक अपना जो है ना वहाँ पूरा प्रचार प्रसार भी कर दिया IVF का। इन्होंने देखा मौका बढ़िया है, सारे जो है ना बड़े बड़े लोग आए हुए हैं, सब पेरेंट्स आए हुए हैं, तो ये बड़ा अच्छा लगा। तो एक सेवा का काम है। अगर 20 या 30 साल पहले जाओ तो ये अपने पास में जो है ना ये व्यवस्थाएं नहीं थी, ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं आई थी, लेकिन आज आई है तो उस फील्ड के अंदर भी आप काम कर रही है, तो इसलिए आपको बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने कितने परिवारों को आबाद करने का काम किया है, ये बहुत अच्छा जो फील्ड जो है ना, एम्बुलेंस का भी इन्होंने 5-7 स्टेट के अंदर ये सेवाएं दे रहे हैं, तो ये बहुत अच्छा मेडिकल का, और इस फील्ड में जो है ना आप रात दिन काम कर रही है, तो बिजनेस के साथ साथ जो है ना एक बहुत बड़ी सेवा है, और इस सेवा के लिए आप तपस्या कर रही हो, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत बड़ी बात है। मैं दोबारा मेरी ओर से आप सबको जो है आने वाला नया साल भी है, इस नए साल को अग्रिम जो है आपको शुभकामनाएं देते हुए आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir. We are elated to have you here. Our next presentation of the evening comes from a series, Mare Shakespeare Sa, a project to explore William Shakespeare plays set in Rajasthan as its background. The project aims Shakespeare comedy of error. Hope you enjoy our version, ignoring our errors and enjoying the comedy. जी हाँ, गोलमाल। आशा है आप सभी तैयार हैं मारे शेक्सपियर सा की गोलमाल को और अधिक जानने के लिए, जहां दो एक जैसे दिखने वाले जुड़वा लड़कों की वजह से बहुत गोलमाल हो जाती है। तो लीजिए प्रस्तुत करते हैं गोलमाल।
जीवन उलझनों से भरा है, बहुत सारे समाधानों के साथ, लेकिन इन समाधानों के सागर में सही समय पर सही विकल्प चुनना एक कला है जो आपको जीवन का असली खिलाड़ी बनाता है।
अमर सिंह जी, आप कहाँ हो? मेरी मदद करो, जहाज डूब रहा है।
अमला, तुम कहाँ हो? तूफान बहुत तेज है, तुम मुझे दिखाई नहीं दे रही हो।
अमर सिंह जी।
अमला, आखिरी बार मैंने अपनी प्यारी पत्नी की आवाज समंदर की गहराई में लुप्त होती सुनी। मेरा विश्वास कीजिए हुजूर, मैं यहाँ नेक इरादों के साथ आया हूँ और किसी का कोई नुकसान नहीं करना चाहता। सिर्फ मेरी पत्नी और मेरे बेटे की खोजना की आशा के साथ आया हूँ, जिसका जुड़वा भाई खिलौना में मेरे साथ बड़ा हुआ।
मैं ये बात ना नकार न सकूं कि खेलड़ा में हम झालेरे के साथ दोनों खराब व्यवहार कियो और मानव साथियों ने भगा दियो। मृत्यु दंड ही एकमात्र सजा है जो उन घावों को भर सकती है। हालांकि मैं आपके कथन से प्रभावित हूँ और मैं आप पर विश्वास करना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए मैं आपको 1 दिन का समय और देता हूँ। यदि अपनी रिहाई के लिए 10,000 रुपये की जमानत का भुगतान करने के लिए किसी को मना सकते हैं या आप कहीं से भुगतान की राशि ला सकते हैं तो आप जाने के लिए स्वतंत्र हैं, अन्यथा सजा का सामना करने के अलावा और कोई चारा नहीं होगा।
ओ तो घणो बुरो होयो।
हाय राम, ओ तो घणो बुरो होयो।
क्या अमर सिंह को उसकी जमानत के लिए पैसे मिलेंगे
या फिर उसे जेल में फांसी का सामना करना होगा?
थे लोग सोच रहा होगा कहानी कट जा रही है।
अरे चिंता मत करो, हम आपकी सभी शंकाओं को दूर कर देंगे।
जैसा कि अमर सिंह ने उल्लेख किया था, उसके पास 2 जुड़वा बच्चे थे, लेकिन उसमें से एक को उसने अपने जीवन चक्र में खो दिया। जहाज की तबाही उसकी पत्नी और एक बेटे को अपने साथ ले गई।
उनके पास एक बेटा बचा था और वो केवल प्रार्थना कर सकते थे कि उनकी पत्नी और उनका दूसरा बच्चा ठीक हो।
अपने पूरे जीवन में वो बस यही चाहता था, वो उन्हें फिर से देख सके।
जब उसका बेटा भरमण सिंह 18 साल का हुआ तो उसने अपने खोए हुए भाई की तलाश करने का फैसला किया और अपने नौकर श्याम सिंह के साथ निकल पड़ा।
वो ये नहीं जानते कि उनका जुड़वा उनकी हूबहू शक्ल का है और अब वो भ्रम के पिंजरे में फंसने वाले थे।
झालेड़ा में खालेड़ा के भ्रमर सिंह को उसकी भाभी ने अपना पति समझ लिया तो वह उसे अपने नौकर के साथ घर ले गई।
मुझे माफ कीजिएगा, लेकिन ये मैं करीब 100 बार दोहरा चुका हूं कि मैं आपका पति नहीं हूं, नहीं हूं, नहीं हूं।
इतने सालों से साथ रहने के बाद मेरी अवहेलना करना तुम्हारे लिए कितना आसान है। अब तुम मुझे नकार रहे हो। मुझे पूरा यकीन है तुम्हारे जीवन में कोई और है। मुझे बताओ कि वो कौन है वो, या हो सकता है तुमको अब मेरी तरफ देखना भी पसंद ना हो। भ्रमर सिंह, याद रखना, मैं अपनी बहन लक्ष्मी की तरह नहीं हूँ जो अपने पति की इच्छा को उसके आगे के रूप में स्वीकार करेगी। इस विवाह में हम समान हैं और जो मेरा है मैं उसके लिए अंत तक लड़ूंगी।
ये बहुत परेशान है।
मेरी बहन को क्षमा करे, वो बहुत परेशान है।
देखिए, मुझे लगता है मैंने ऐसी महिला से कभी शादी नहीं की होगी, बल्कि मैं आप जैसी कोमल और दयालु हृदय के साथ अपना जीवन बिताना पसंद करूंगा।
ओह, ये क्या कह रहे हैं आप? आपकी शादी हो चुकी है?
अरे नहीं हुई। मैंने ये कई बार कहा कि मैं आज ही अपने दास श्याम सिंह के साथ झलेरा व्यापार के लिए आया हूँ।
आपका नाम भ्रमर सिंह है?
हाँ।
आपके पास श्याम सिंह नाम का एक नौकर है?
हाँ भाई, हाँ।
लेकिन आप दुर्गा दीदी को अपनी पत्नी मानने से इनकार करते हैं।
मेरी अभी तो शादी नहीं हुई।
या तो आपको या मुझे डॉक्टर की जरूरत है।
कोई बात नहीं, मैं ना किसी को अंदर आने दूंगा और ना किसी को बाहर जाने दूंगा, जैसा कि मुझे मेरी मालकिन ने आदेश दिया है। हालांकि मुझे ये याद नहीं है कि वो मेरी मालकिन कब से, लेकिन मार खावा हूं तो बचनो ज्यादा अच्छो है।
मेरे श्याम सिंह।
कौन है आप? क्या चाहती हैं?
बस नजर भर तुम्हें देखना है।
मुझे विचलित ना कर नौकरानी, मैं अपनी मालकिन के एक महान मिशन पर हूँ।
ओह, पर मैंने तो सोचा कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए सबसे खास हूँ।
कब से?
इतना घटिया मजाक। यहाँ मैं तुम्हारे लिए कुछ खाना लाई हूँ, खाली पेट तुम्हें पागल बना देता है।
ये तो तुम सही कह रही हो, भोजन की तो मुझे सख्त जरूरत है, लेकिन मैं कसम खाता हूँ मैं तुम्हें नहीं जानता।
आओ मेरे दोस्त उत्तम सिंह, रात के खाने पर हमारे पास चर्चा करने के लिए बहुत कुछ है।
अरे कौन है?
श्याम सिंह, ये मैं हूँ श्याम सिंह।
अरे लेकिन मेरे मालिक तो मेरी मालकिन के साथ घर पर है। दुर्गावती।
तुम बहरूपिये, तुम्हारी हिम्मत कैसे हुई कि घर के मालिक और उनके खास श्याम सिंह को घर में ना आने दें?
क्योंकि वो दोनों घर पर है और असली बहरूपिये दरवाजे पर है।
हसमुखी, तू भी इसमें शामिल है। मैं तुम दोनों को हुक्म देता हूँ कि मुझे बताओ तुम्हारी मालकिन किसके साथ है।
ओह, ये कितना गोलमाल है। क्या ये कोई जादू टोना है श्याम सिंह? इनकी आवाज बिल्कुल हमारे मालिक की तरह है।
अरे तुम डरो मत बहरूपियो, हम आप पर विश्वास करें या ना करें, हम दरवाजा तो नहीं खोल सकते क्योंकि दरवाजे पर ताला लगा है और ताले की चाबी हमारी मालकिन दुर्गावती के पास है।
क्या सब कुछ ठीक है भ्रमर सिंह?
अरे आप तो पत्नियों को जानते हैं। दुर्गा ने सुबह एक सोने की चेन मांगी थी जिसका मैंने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया, इसलिए वे नाराज है। मुझे यकीन है कि वे इस तथ्य से पूरी तरह अनजान है कि आप आज रात हमारे साथ होंगे।
अरे हाँ, मुझे भी लगा था कि भाभी मुझे देखकर हैरान और खुश होगी।
कोई बात नहीं मेरे दोस्त, हम सुबह फिर से आ जाएंगे जब वो शांत हो जाएगी। अब कुछ जश्न मनाने का समय है। आइए दावत के लिए सराय पे चलते हैं, वहां रोज रात संगीत का जलसा लगता है।
जब देखो बना के लाल पीली अकीना हो, जब देखो बना के लाल पीली अकीना, नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, मैं नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। जयपुर शहर से मैं चूनड़ी ले आयो रे हो, जयपुर शहर से मैं चूनड़ी ले आयो रे। नहीं हो दूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, नहीं हो दूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। जो धारे शहर से मैं मोजड़ी ले आयो रे हो, जो धारे शहर से मैं मोजड़ी ले आयो रे। नहीं पहनुसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, नहीं पहनुसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। हो जैसलमेर शहर से मैं चूड़ना ले आयो रे हो, जैसलमेर शहर से मैं चूड़ना ले आयो रे। नहीं पहनुसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, नहीं पहनुसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। हो लाल पीली अखिया गुलाबी पीली अखिया, हो लाल पीली अखिया गुलाबी पीली अखिया। नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ। जब देखो बना के लाल पीली अखिया हो, जब देखो बना के लाल पीली अखिया। नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, मैं नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया।
आ कई समस्या है, इको कोई समाधान होई?
अपने घर में ना घुसने दिए जाने और अपनी पत्नी द्वारा जुठला दिए जाने पर भ्रमर सिंह हो गया परेशान और जा पहुंचा अपने मित्र सुनार जगत राम के पास। वहां उसने दुर्गावती के लिए एक हार का सौदा दे दिया।
एक सोने की चेन उसने अपनी प्यारी पत्नी के लिए मंगवाई। उसने सोचा इससे उसके अशांत जीवन में शायद शांति आ जाए।
जीवन हमेशा उस तरह नहीं चलता जिस तरह हम चाहते हैं। जीवन नए नए करवट लेता है और हमें दुविधाओं में निचोड़ देता है।
अंत में मैं उस पागलखाने से बाहर आ ही गया। लेकिन कितना प्यारा है उनका नाम, लक्ष्मी, और उतनी ही प्यारी उनकी सूरत। लेकिन अब चीजें हाथ से निकल रही है। इससे पहले उस महिला ने मुझे अपने पति के रूप में दावा किया, और अब ये सोने की चेन उस सुनार जगतराम द्वारा मुझे दिया जाना। मुझे लगता है मुझे जल्द से जल्द श्याम सिंह को ढूंढना चाहिए और इस जगह को छोड़कर निकलना चाहिए।
गणिक अम्मा बर्मर सिंह, आप कैसे हैं? मैंने सुना आपने कल रात सराय में खूब मजा किया। क्या दुर्गा भाभी अपने माँ से मिलने गई है?
उनके घर पर होने पर भरमर सिंह कभी रात बाहर नहीं बिताते हैं। मुझे कहना होगा आपको अपने जीवन में बड़ी अच्छी पत्नी मिली है।
सच है, इतनी देखभाल करने वाली और कुशल महिला है। आप एक भाग्यशाली व्यक्ति है बर्मर सिंह।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, अभी मुझे जाना है, मैं आपसे बाद में मिलता हूँ।
ओह भगवान का शुक्र है, आप मुझे यही मिल गए बर्मर सिंह। मुझे अचानक पैसों की सख्त जरूरत है। अगर आप मुझे सोने की चेन के लिए भुगतान करेंगे तो मैं आपका आभारी रहूंगा।
जरूर जगतराम, लेकिन पहले आप कृपया सुनिश्चित करें कि आप मुझे सोने की चेन जल्द से जल्द दे दें।
आप किस बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? आज सुबह ही तो मैंने बाजार में सोने का हार आपके सुपुर्द किया था।
जगतराम, क्या आप होश में हैं? हम कल मिले थे, आज नहीं, और मैंने अपने दोस्त उत्तम सिंह के साथ आकर आपको चेन का सौदा दिया था।
मजाक से हटकर बर्मर सिंह, मुझे पैसों की जरूरत है क्योंकि मुझे इसे देनदारों को देना है।
पहले सोने की चेन।
लेकिन साहब, मेरे मालिक ने आपको सुबह ही सोने का हार दिया। आप जल्दी में थे, इसलिए उन्होंने कहा कि वो बाद में पैसे लेंगे।
क्या आप दोनों होश में हैं या ये कोई मजाक है? मैं अभी अभी सराय से निकल कर आया हूँ क्योंकि हम कल देर से सोए थे और अब तक सो रहे थे।
मुझे परवाह नहीं तुम कब सोए कब जागे, मुझे अपने पैसे चाहिए।
यहाँ ये सब क्या हो रहा है? ठीक है, हम इस मामले को राजा जी के पास ले जाएंगे। अगर सब ठीक रहा तो जगतराम द्वारा दावा की गई राशि उसे मिल जाएगी और भ्रमर सिंह को उसका हार। लेकिन तब तक के लिए भ्रमर सिंह को 10,000 रुपए जमानत के तौर पर रखने होंगे।
मालिक, अच्छा हुआ आप मुझे यही मिल गए।
श्याम सिंह, अच्छा हुआ तुम यहाँ आ गए। चर्चा बाद में, पहले अपनी मालकिन के पास जाओ और जल्द से जल्द जाकर 10,000 रुपए लेकर आओ।
आपका मतलब आनंद निकेतन है?
और कहां, तुम्हारा घर आनंद निकेतन ही तो कहलाता है। अब अगर तुम मेरे हाथों पिटने से बचना चाहते हो तो तुरंत जाओ और जो कहा गया वो करो।
जाओ जी, मन बीत कराओ जी, अरे क्यों तरसावे हो, मन सकल दिखाओ जी। थारी शरारत सब जानू मैं तो धरी, हर सले उन बंगा जी मैं कह लगे मर पीवड़ में जागी हो कणी चंदा में भारी चांदनी बनता मन में भारी खुशी रे झुम 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 मर पीवड़ में जागी हो कणी चंदा में भारी चांदनी बनता मन में भारी खुशी रे झुम 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 झुम। सब जानू मैं चौधरी अरसले उन पंगा जी मैं कह लगी अरे ही बड़े मजाकी हो कणी गंगा में भारी चांदनी मन दामन में बाती कुसी हो झुम 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 हमारे ही बड़े मजाकी हो कणी गंगा में भारी चांदनी मन दामन में बाती कुसी झुम 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 झुम
ओह, कहानी हो रही है और भी रोमांचक। अरे अभी तो रुको और देखो, असली रोमांच तो अब शुरू होगा।
तो भ्रमर सिंह के निर्देश अनुसार श्याम सिंह दुर्गावती के पास जाता है।
दुर्गावती उसे पैसे दे देती है और उसके लिए चिंतित हो जाती है, तो वो श्याम सिंह के जाते ही वैद्य जी के पास जाती है।
दुर्भाग्य से वापस जाते समय खरेड़ा का श्याम सिंह खरेड़ा के भ्रमर सिंह से मिलता है और भ्रमर सिंह बताता है कि वह इस शहर को छोड़ने के लिए कितना उतावला है। श्याम सिंह सहमत होता है और वे इस शहर से निकलने के लिए अपना रास्ता तलाशने लगते हैं।
लेकिन जैसा कि हमने कहा, हमशक्ल होने के भ्रम से गोलमाल और ज्यादा घना होने वाला था।
तो चलिए देखते हैं कहानी जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ती है गोलमाल और कितना गहराता है।
श्याम सिंह, तुम यहाँ हो?
जी मालिक, और ये रहा वो पैसा जो आपने मुझसे मंगवाया था।
मैंने? ठीक है, वैसे भी हमें यहाँ से जल्द निकलना है।
मालिक, मैं भी बिल्कुल यही सोच रहा था। ये जगह भ्रम और जादू टोने से भरी हुई लगती है।
हाँ, इससे पहले कि हालत और खराब हो जाए, चलो भाग लेते हैं यहाँ से।
अरे तुम आ गए श्याम सिंह, इतनी देर क्यों हुई? क्या तुम अपनी मालकिन से पैसे मिले?
मालिक को कौन से पैसे?
अरे जगत राम को देने के लिए, जो तुम्हें पैसे लाने के लिए कहा था।
लेकिन कब? सराय से निकलने के बाद तो मैं अभी आपसे मिला हूँ।
श्याम सिंह, तुम मूर्ख हो। मैं स्थिति में फंस गया हूँ और तुम्हें मजाक सूझ रहा है।
कोतवाल साहब, मुझे लगता है मेरे दोस्त भ्रमर सिंह का इरादा बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है। वे भुगतान नहीं करना चाहता और इसी तरह अपने नौकर के साथ मेरे पैसे हजम कर जाना चाहता है।
भ्रमर, हमारे पास आपको अपनी हिरासत में लेने और राजा जी के सामने पेश करने के अलावा कोई विकल्प नहीं।
अरे कोतवाल साहब, कुछ गलती हो रही है, बल्कि एक साजिश है। मैं भी शिकायत कर सकता था कि जगत राम ने मुझे सोने की चेन दी ही नहीं।
क्या मैंने सिर्फ तुम्हें हिरासत में लेने की बात की? मैं तुम दोनों को तब तक हिरासत में ले रहा हूँ जब तक यह मामला सुलझ नहीं जाता। जगत राम, जाओ और सोने की चेन के संबंध में तुम्हारे और भ्रमर सिंह के बीच किए गए सौदे के कागजात लेकर आओ। और याद रहे, जब तक तुम अपना दावा साबित नहीं कर देते तब तक तुम भी एक आजाद व्यक्ति नहीं।
भ्रमर सिंह जी, अब ये क्या है?
मेरी प्यारी दुर्गा, यहाँ आने के लिए धन्यवाद।
ओह प्यारी, ये माना कि हम शादीशुदा हैं, वो तो भूल ही जाओ। कल शाम आपने मुझे जानने से भी इनकार कर दिया था।
मैंने? तुम्हारी ढीठ नौकरानी ने मुझे और श्याम सिंह को घर में घुसने तक नहीं दिया।
वह जी, मैंने आपसे कहा था, मैं सब कुछ हो गया है, बर्बाद हो गया है। पूरी रात कल मैंने इन्हें कमरे में बंद करके रखा और श्याम सिंह को दरवाजे की रखवाली पे। अब इनका दावा है कि उन्होंने कभी घर में प्रवेश ही नहीं किया।
ओह, यह तो एक गंभीर मति भ्रम और पागलपन का विकार लगता है। उसे पूर्ण अलगा उपचार की आवश्यकता है। हमने इन्हें तबेले में बांधकर गोबर की गंध से उपचार करना पड़ेगा।
मैं झूठ बोल रहा हूँ? मैं पागल हो रहा हूँ? क्या मुझे दवा चाहिए? गोबर की गंध से उपचार? अगर किसी को इसकी जरूरत है तो वो तुम हो दुर्गावती। कोतवाल साहब, मुझे हिरासत में ले लीजिए। मैं राजा जी से मिलना चाहता हूँ क्योंकि मैं एक साजिश का शिकार हूँ।
साजिश? तुम मेरे खिलाफ साजिश कर रहे हो भ्रमर सिंह? हाय, मैं लुट गई, बर्बाद हो गई। मेरे पति ने मुझे स्वीकारने से इनकार कर दिया।
दीदी शांत हो जाओ। जीजा जी को आपकी नफरत की नहीं बल्कि आपकी सहानुभूति की जरूरत है। समय सब ठीक कर देगा। हमें पहले उन्हें उनके आरोपों से मुक्त कराना होगा और उनकी कहानी को सुनने और समझने का प्रयास करना होगा।
समझने का प्रयास? सच?
मैंने तुमसे कहा था कि वो जरूर कोई चाल चल रहा है। वहाँ देखो वो कैसे आजाद घूम रहा है। उसने जरूर कोतवाल के साथ मिलकर कोई चाल चली है कि वह साजिश का शिकार है, सिर्फ मुझसे छुटकारा पाने के लिए।
अरे अरे हाँ,
भ्रमर सिंह रुको, आज में मुझे कोई नहीं बचा सकता।
ये भगवान, देखो मालिक, वही पागल औरत। अब क्या करे?
क्या? श्याम सिंह भागो!
मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा रे। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे। तेरा डमरू बाजे बाजे डमरू, उनका मयूरा, उनका मयूरा जम के नाचे। तेरी बाणी के दम पर, बाणी के दम पर जग सारा भागे आगे पाछे। तू ही धारे मुस्कान की बूटी, छीटे तू असुअन की फुहार। तू ही धारे सागर का ठेला, तू ही भरे नदियां में धार। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा।
हे भगवान, अब ये मामला हाथ से निकल रहा है। चलो बंदरगाह चलते हैं और यहाँ से पहला जहाज पकड़कर निकलते हैं।
ब्रह्मर सिंह, तुम रिहा हो गए, और वाह, तुमने वो सोने की चेन भी पहन रखी है। झूठे, मैं आज तुम्हें नहीं बख्शूंगा।
अरे रुको, सुनो भाई।
ब्रह्मर सिंह, सब भाईचारा खत्म, अब मेरी तलवार बोलेगी।
श्याम सिंह भागो!
मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा, जम्मूरा रे। मदारी 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 मेरा तू, मैं जम्मूरा रे जम्मूरा रे, जम्मूरा रे। मैं तेरा जम्मूरा। जम्मूरा मैं तेरा, तू मेरा मदारी। मदारी 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 मदारी।
मालिक, मालिक, अब मैं और नहीं दौड़ सकता।
मैं भी अब नहीं भाग सकता।
वो वहाँ है। आज तुम्हारी खैर नहीं भ्रमर सिंह।
हे भगवान, अब हम क्या करें? चलो श्याम सिंह, उस आश्रम में शरण लेते हैं।
ओह, अब टूट रहे हैं सब्र के सारे बांध। न जाने अब आगे क्या होगा। हालांकि हर कोई इस भ्रमर सिंह को वो भ्रमर सिंह और इस श्याम सिंह को वो श्याम सिंह समझकर धोखा खा रहा है, लेकिन ना जाने भाग्य ने अब तक इन जुड़वा जोड़े को क्यों मिलने से रोका।
फिर क्या हुआ?
सब्र करो मेरे मित्र, सब्र। जो शुरू होता है उसे खत्म होना ही है। बस अपने सब्र के बांध को टूटने नहीं देना है।
मैं आपसे पूरी तरह सहमत हूँ मेरे दोस्तों। हम कसकर बैठेंगे क्योंकि कहानी लेने जा रही है एक और भी रोमांचक मोड़।
अरे ये तो गायब हो गए।
मुझे पता है तुम यही के छुपे हो भ्रमर सिंह। बाहर आओ और हिम्मत के साथ मेरा सामना करो।
मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, मुझे यकीन है कि आपके पास अपने कारण हैं, लेकिन जिसे आप बुला रहे हैं वह हमारे आशय के शरण में है और हम उसके पागलपन का इलाज कर रहे हैं।
तो आप ही मानती हैं उन्होंने अपना विवेक और बुद्धि खो दिया है?
फिलहाल तो ऐसा ही लगता है।
ओह, मैं तबाह हो गई हूँ। कृपया आप उन्हें मुझे सौंप दे। मैं एक अच्छी पत्नी के रूप में उनका ध्यान रखूंगी।
ये संभव नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ऐसा लगता है कि आप ही उनकी ऐसी अवस्था का प्रमुख कारण है।
सुना तुमने लक्ष्मी, मुझे आज ये भी दिन देखना था। अब ये सुनना रह गया था कि मैं अपने पति के पागलपन का कारण हूँ।
इस हंगामे का कारण क्या है? ऐसी उदासी का कारण क्या है? ये दोनों भली महिलाएं क्यों परेशान है? ये तो बहुत ही जटिल और रोमांचक कहानी है। मुझे इन खालेडा के सज्जन के भाग्य का फैसला करना है। उसके तुरंत बाद मैं आपके मामले को सुलझाने का प्रयास करता हूँ।
महामहिम, हमारे पास एक और मामला है।
भ्रमर सिंह, मुझे लगा कि वो अंदर आश्रम में है।
आश्रम में ही था।
बेटा
हैं? यह अविश्वसनीय है। मुझे अपनी आंखों पर विश्वास नहीं हो रहा है। मुझे लगता है कि मेरे पास अब सभी सवालों के जवाब है। मामाहिम, आपको कहानी याद है जो मैंने आपको सुनाई थी?
माँ आनंदमयी, क्या मैं आपकी शरणार्थी से बाहर आने का अनुरोध कर सकता हूँ? मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूँ कि वे मेरी उपस्थिति में सुरक्षित है।
मैं उन्हें कैसे बुला सकती हूँ? वे दोनों तो यहाँ हैं।
अगर हम जो सोच रहे हैं वह सही है तो आपका इंतजार सार्थक होगा। इसलिए मैं आपसे अपने मेहमानों को बुलाने का अनुरोध करता हूँ।
ये कौन सी पहेली है? मैं अपना संतुलन खो रही हूँ।
कमाल है, ये भ्रम दूर करने में बहुत मजा आएगा।
हे भगवान, ये कौन सा जादू टोना है?
तो आप सही थे जनाब, यह वो पल है जिसका आप जीवन भर इंतजार कर रहे थे।
पिताजी, आप यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? लेकिन मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आप यहाँ हैं। लेकिन ये मेरा हमशक्ल कौन है? एक धोखेबाज?
नहीं मेरे बेटे, वह तुम्हारा भाई है जिसे तुम खोज रहे हो। काश अमला भी आज मेरे साथ यहाँ होती, मेरा परिवार पूरा करने के लिए।
ओह अमर सिंह जी, मैं यहाँ हूँ, आपकी अमला। मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था ये दिन भी मेरे जीवन में आएगा। मैं फिर से अपने परिवार के साथ एक हूँ।
तुम्हें मेरे हाथों से कोई नहीं बचा सकता भ्रमर सिंह। हाँ? भ्रमर सिंह, भ्रमर सिंह।
फिर क्या हुआ? हाँ, फिर क्या हुआ? जैसे ही भ्रम के बादल छंटे, सभी ने राहत की सांस ली।
आखिरकार परसों से पिछड़ा परिवार फिर एक साथ था, क्योंकि झलेरा के भ्रमर सिंह ने अपने पिता की रिहाई के लिए जमानत का भुगतान कर दिया।
राजा जी का दिल पिघल गया और उन्होंने जमानत की राशि कम कर दी।
दुर्गा अपने भ्रमर सिंह के साथ एक हो गई और लक्ष्मी ने जीवन भर के लिए खलेड़ा के भ्रमर सिंह का हाथ थाम लिया।
जगतराम को होने वाली दुल्हन के लिए अधिक आभूषण बनाने का सौदा दिया गया, जिसने उसके चेहरे की खुशी वापस कर दी।
हसमुखी ने श्याम सिंह से शादी कर ली। कौन से श्याम सिंह से? खैर, हम इसे बात के लिए छोड़ देते हैं।
तो अंत भला तो सब भला,
और वो हमेशा के लिए खुशी से रहने लगे। हालांकि कुछ भ्रम और त्रुटियों के साथ उनके जीवन में गोलमाल चलता रहा।
जब देखो बना की लाल पीली अकीला हो, जब देखो बना की लाल पीली अकीला। नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, मैं नहीं डरूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। जयपुरी शहर से मैं चूनरी ले आयो रे हो, जयपुरी शहर से मैं चूनरी ले आयो रे। नहीं हो दूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया, नहीं हो दूसा भले दिखाओ अखिया। भले दिखा वो अखियां नहीं बेनुजार, भले दिखा वो अखियां, हो लाल पीली अखियां गुलाबी पीली अखियां, हो लाल पीली अखियां गुलाबी पीली अखियां, नहीं डरुजार, भले दिखा वो अखियां नहीं डरुजार, भले दिखा वो अखियां।
हवा सा था वो, उड़ती पतंग सा था वो, कहाँ गया उसे ढूंढो। जी हाँ, हम बात कर रहे हैं स्वर्गीय श्री भारत सिंह चौहान की, एक लेजेंड जिन्होंने अपना पूरा जीवन अपनों के लिए जिया। उनके अपनों की फहरिस्त बहुत लंबी थी।
Curtain has fallen, and this great man's role has ended. His legacy will live on in the wonderful things he did for those who knew him. We will always remember his kind smile and the positive impact he had left on those who met him. He was a truly special man who has left a void which is unrepairable. He had a unique way of teaching students academics and social development throughout their schooling years. He was not just a teacher, but a mentor, a motivator, and a source of inspiration to all his students.
उनका मानना था कि विद्यार्थियों को वो बताओ जो किताबी ज्ञान से कहीं ज़्यादा हो। वो मानते थे कि विद्यार्थियों को समाज, राष्ट्रीय और मानवता प्रेमी होना चाहिए, और वो इन बातों को बड़ी सरलता और रुचिकर तरीके से सिखाते थे। लोगों को अपना सब कुछ दे के वो तो चला था सपने ही लेके।
Like a rare gem found in the depth of the earth, you are one of those jewels whom there's a dearth. Like a prized possession always kept safe and secure, your teachings and lessons will be in our hearts for sure. Today, we, the student of Mangal Eden School, would like to pay our humble tribute to Sir Bharat Singh Chauhan through a presentation and a song by school choir. May this tribute be a reflection of the glorious and impactful life late Bharat Singh Chauhan sir lived.
When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
Soft, soft starlight, starlight at night. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do. जब हम न होंगे तब हमारी खाक पे तुम रुकोगे। चलते चलते अश्कों से भीगी चांदनी में एक सदा सी सुनोगे। चलते चलते वहीं पे कहीं हम तुमसे मिलेंगे।
pleasure to invite Sir Yash Mangal, Director, Newton Schools. His persistence and competency pave way for school's growth, ensures a smooth functioning of the school. He constantly steers the staff and the students to their upliftment. His perseverance, commitment, and farsightedness have made us attain new avenues. Sir, I earnestly request you to come upon the stage to deliver a vote of thanks.
On the first day of this academic year, we received the tragic news that Bharat sir met with an accident and is no more. It's been very difficult for all of us to accept, but I'm sure he's looking down and blessing us all. As much as we are grief-struck, I believe we should celebrate his life. His life made a lot of difference in many students' lives. He not only mentored the students, he's mentored a lot of staff members. He was a pillar of this institution and is missed by one and all. He lives with us every day in our heart and mind. You will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, sir. Rest in peace. Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Rameshwar Lalji Dudi. Guest of Honor, Shri Arun Bishnoi ji. Invited dignitaries, our school mentor, Ms. Shweta Mehta. NLC Director, Ms. Nidhi Mangal. Our Principal, Rachel Little. Our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Being the Director of Newton Schools, it's my great privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. Let me first start by thanking the Almighty for making this event possible. As William Arthur Ward rightly said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. With those words, I like to express my deepest sense of gratitude and appreciation to our chief guest, Shri Rameshwar Lalji Dudi, for taking out time for our children from his busy schedule. Thank you, sir. You came, हमारे लिए आप आए यहाँ इतना दूर, and I'm sure आप disappoint नहीं हुए होंगे. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I would like to thank our guest of honor, Shri Arun Bishnoi ji, for his presence here today. I'd like to congratulate our school mentor, Ms. Shweta Mehta, for her new venture, Zivya IVF. We will always appreciate everything you have taught us. Thank you for being an exemplary and visionary mentor. Words are so limited. In expressing my gratitude to our dear parents, I'm immensely grateful for the role you play in making these children what they should be. As I always say, it's because of you we are here today. I'd like to appreciate our principal, Ms. Rachel Little, for putting a lot of effort and leading the team efficiently and effectively. I'd like to compliment Ms. Nidhi Mangal, Director, Newton Learning Center, and Team NLC for a beautiful show on 21st December. A team is not a group of people that work together. A team is a group of people that trust each other. We are very fortunate, and I am saying it again, very fortunate to have a dedicated team. And I'd like to applaud the coordinators, teachers, admin, and Team M&S for a successful show today. The beautiful thing about education is that no one can take it away from you, dear children. So never stop learning. And we are very proud for the show you've put up today. I would like to thank the press for always providing us excellent coverage, Devesh Electronics for light and sound solution, RK Orchestra for the musicians, SL Artists for covering the event, Ganesha Fancy Dress for the beautiful costumes, Navneet for the food stalls, Jagdamba Tent for the tenting and decor, complete support staff of the school for providing various services. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Umesh Lubhana and Mr. Ayush Sharma for helping us with the performances. Last but the most important, I'd like to thank the magician, Mr. Manish Halda, my friend, director of the show. Before I go, I want to leave you with the making of this program. What you saw here, I want to show you the madness which goes behind the scene. So thank you once again, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Sir, can we have the AV, please?
all for being an incredible audience. We part to meet again. So here we bid adieu with the hope that we would see you soon with captivating performances. Wish you all Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. May the New Year brings new hope and happiness, and your lives be filled with zeal and agility. Thank you and a very good night to you all.